Peace, love, light, positive vibrations, family. It's your boy, Leon Wiz White, Planet Wiz 2.0. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I got the candles up in here, setting out the vibe right, you know what I mean?
Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. God's wrist, what up, God? Peace, King. Red be snapping, what up, Goddess? Yo, what up, though? Jada Way, peace, King. Peace, Slim Honey. Peace, Goddess. Peace, peace. Come on in, share this with your friends and family. It's going all the way up. All the way up.
I can never go back to the old me. If you've been out my life, you don't know me. Once I control my mind, I control me. I let go of the lie that they told me. I'ma stand on my words, nigga, bold.
God's wrist, I see you with the emojis, the bicep emojis. What up, God? Peace and love, fam. Peace, love, and healing.
I'm not spending all day on the gram, nigga. I be treating these streets like they fam, nigga. Most my family don't know who I am, nigga. To be honest, I don't give a damn, nigga. Think I'm crazy when they on my channel. There is nothing my mind couldn't handle. Getting grounded, I don't need no sandals. Set the vibe with some incense.
I am Barbie Rose, peace, queen, peace. Luna Music, peace, family, peace. Poppy Christian, what's up with the God? Peace, family, peace, peace. Peace and love. Make sure you guys go down to the bottom of the page, click that arrow, share with your friends and family. This is a very important show tonight. Trust me. Tap in. You're going to learn some shit tonight, I guarantee you. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
You got light that's within and you glowing. For the shit that the Matrix is showing.
Deanna, peace, 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 queen.
I can never go back to the
God is there, peace, God is peace, peace. LaKenta Bashoon, what up, sis? Peace, sis, peace, queen, peace, goddess. We got a banger lined up for the night. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Go down to that bottom of the page, click that arrow, share with your friends and family. I'm trying to tell you something. Grab that pen and paper, be prepared to take some copious notes. Jace the First, peace, peace, family, peace, welcome. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going all the way up tonight. Urban Authors, peace, 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 peace. Peace, your highness, peace, peace. I appreciate you, I appreciate you. Gratitude, gratitude, yo. Come on in, fam, come on in, fam. Pull up on your people, pull up on your boy. Pull up. Ooh, we got about, let's see.
Jerry, I see you, what up?
We got
I got a lot of deep problems inside, I'm willing to fix.
9:03, we're going to get started in about 8 minutes, family. Peace, love, light, and healing. We're going to get started in 8 minutes. Trust me, go down to that bottom of the page, click that arrow, share with your friends and family. It's all the way up this evening. It's all the way up. Quirly, peace, peace, queen. Peace. I don't want to mispronounce your name, so if I mispronounce your name, make sure you hit me up on the DM with the voice message so I can say that shit right the next time. I know people love to hear their name and people don't like to have their name mispronounced. And I don't want to be the motherfucker that's mispronouncing it. So make sure you DM me, hit me up with the voice message, let me know how to pronounce your name if I say it wrong. So I'm going to apologize in advance. Peace, peace, peace.
That nigga got a lot bad as G up inside, can't get in the mix.
Peace, fam. We got about 8 minutes and we getting this thing started. Y'all know how we do it. We give it 10 minutes for the family to pull up. Let the family pull up. And we gonna get it popping. Black Empress, peace, peace. There he is, Jason, peace, King, peace, God. Welcome, welcome. I will bring you in, family, in about 7 minutes. So we always give it about 10 minutes, let the family get a time to pull up. Why not? Tanela, peace, goddess, peace, empress, peace, welcome. Make sure you guys go down to that bottom of the page, click the arrow, share with your friends and family. I'm trying to tell you, this right here is going to be a banger. I promise you. So make sure you go down to that bottom of the page, click the arrow, share with your friends and family. We learning tonight. Make sure you grab a pen and paper, take some copious notes. Not your average Peruvian. Peace, Empress, peace. Whitney Rashawn, peace, peace, peace. Peace and love, peace and healing, peace and healing, peace, peace. Welcome, welcome. Rastafari and Monk, that's for you. Rastafari, Rastafari and Monk, peace, queen, peace, peace, peace. Welcome. Yeah, not your average Peruvian. What's up? Planet Wiz 2.0 back in the building. What's good with it? I missed the film. I take a little break. Hey, I was in hermit mode. You know what it is? I was in hermit mode for a minute. It's all good. We all go through our hermit mode stages. Recluse. We was recluse and shit. Yes, yes, yes. Pull up, family. Pull up, pull up.
Have you made a lot of money out of your music?
Peace, goddess. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome, welcome.
I mean, how much is that left a month to you?
See, I don't want to mispronounce your name, Empress. So like I said earlier, if I mispronounce your name, I'm going to try to say it. If I mispronounce it, because I know people don't like having their names mispronounced, go in my DM, hit me up on the voice message, tell me the exact way to pronounce your name. So the next time we'll make sure we have it right, so I can say it right. You feel me? But peace, goddess, peace. Golden Goddess, Aura, peace, 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 Empress, peace, peace. Grand evening to you. Make sure you guys go down to the bottom of the page, click the arrow, share with your friends and family. Peace, love, and healing. Cosmo, what up, God? Peace, peace. Welcome to Planet Wiz, fam. My first timer in the building. Peace, King. Gifted Gabby, peace, Empress, peace, peace. 84 Mac 20, what up with it, fam? Peace. There he is, Maj, what up, God? Milk Moon, congratulations on the baby. Goddess, peace and love and healing. Peace, love, and healing. Congratulations on the new baby coming. That star seed we about to bring in on this planet Earth. Yes, Lady Virgo. Hey, that's my moon sign, so I'm fucking with you, Lady Virgo. I'm rocking with you. That's my moon sign. Peace, Empress. Peace, peace. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. Rogue 1831. Peace, peace, family. Dice Productions. What it do, King? What up, God? All right, I'm about to flip it up one time. I gotta meditate. I could be wherever that I wanna be. You say I can't, what you trying to say? I'm just evolving, I'm on a new level. We getting started in about 4 minutes, family. 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Peace and love, peace and love. What up, Dice? Peace to you, King. Ooh, this is my shit right here. I'm gonna play this for everybody. Everybody, you close your eyes for about 20 seconds. Close your eyes for 20 seconds. Listen to this song. Tap into this energy, this frequency, because money is an energy. Money is a frequency. You know I'm always talking about frequencies and energy. Tap into this real quick. Listen to this as an affirmation. Drink of peace, goddess, peace, peace. Drink of shine. We manifesting something, baby. Let's go. We manifesting. Let's get it. Let's get it. What y'all manifesting?
I'm manifesting something. Yeah. I'm manifesting something. Yeah.
Who manifesting?
I'm manifesting.
Hey, it's the 11-11. Hey.
Yeah. I'm manifesting.
Hey.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is.
I'm manifesting.
1-11-22. We gotta manifest, baby. Manifest. You manifested twins, goddess. I peep it. Mill 6913. Peace, King. Peace, peace. Welcome. Make sure you guys get down to that bottom of the page. Click that arrow. Share with your friends and family. We raising these vibrations. We raising the frequencies. 777. Yeah, yeah.
11-11.
11-11. Yeah, yeah. Let's get it.
Write these affirmations.
Write these affirmations.
So blessings.
Let's go.
Whoa. Start asking questions. I'm manifesting something. Yeah. I'm manifesting.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, so look. We're getting ready to get started in about 2 minutes. But I need you guys' energy, right? We got our guest speaker coming on tonight. He's going to share his amazing energy with us tonight. He's going to pour into us. So I need a little crowd participation. So in the comments, for those that have been here before, you already know what to do. For those that are new and pulled up for the first time, peep it out. So we're going to go in the comments. We're going to put some bicep emojis. We're going to put some heart emojis. We're going to put some energy emojis. We're going to put some lightning bolt emojis. We're going to put some prayer hand emojis, even though it's a high five. Hey, y'all learned that here. Those prayer hands really a high five, but it is what it is. Make sure we go down to those comments. Give the guest speaker some energy. Let's get it. I'm going to start it off. Let me start it. I'm going to pop it off. My show, let's pop it. I got the hearts going. Who follow me up? 11 stacks. Peace, 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 family. Peace. Who follow me up? I got the hearts. Let's get it. Let's give our guest speaker some energy. There we go. Drink and shine. Yeah. Mick Mama Moon. Yeah. Freckle Locks. Peace to you, Empress. I didn't even know you was in the building. Peace.
I take my time.
Yeah. I love the drill too. He that guy. What's up, King? Peace, family. Peace, peace. Welcome, King. Hey, we giving energy to the guest speaker right now. You already know what to do. You done been here. You done been a speaker. Pull up, fam. Swoop 16. Peace, family. Peace. Rogue 1831. Peace, family. We manifesting money. We manifesting healing energy. We manifesting abundance because it's our birthright. We manifesting. Y'all already know. You London. Peace, goddess. Peace, peace. Just got here. Crystal Brower. Peace. What's up? Goddess, we manifesting everything tonight. We manifesting. Let's get it. Healing energy, we manifesting. Abundance energy, we manifesting. All this shit is our birthright. Health is our birthright. You feel me? Peace is our birthright. Wholeness is our birthright. All this shit. Let's get it. Peace and love to the family. 1 minute and we getting started. 1 minute and we getting started. Foxy Cleopatra, you missing it. We bringing that energy, queen. Where you been at? We need your energy. Give us some energy in the comments. Put some peace signs in the comments. Put some love signs in the comment. Crystal Brower, she back. Hey, I'm going to run that back one time. I'm going to run that back because we manifesting. Let's go. Let's go. Drink and shine with the king. There we go. Mama Moon with the peace signs. Let's go. Yapier 88. Peace, family. Peace. 45 seconds. We getting started. We giving the guest speaker some energy right now. Let's get it. We giving the guest speaker some energy. Help me out in the comments, fam. Raise them vibrations with your people.
Manifesting money, yeah.
Kazan, what up? All the way down in the MIA in Miami. Peace, King. Peace. Yeah, look into version, big sis. I see you in the building. Poppy Christian, what it do, son? Yes, sir.
777.
Favorite number?
Yeah.
It's my favorite number.
1111.
Yeah. Oh, we ready to go all the way up. Make sure y'all grab a pen and paper. Take some copious notes tonight. We all gonna learn some stuff tonight. Let's get it. Angel the healer, peace queen, peace family, peace. We pulling up tonight. Let's pull up. Go down to that bottom of the page. It's my last time saying it because we're about to get it popping. Go down to the bottom of the page. Click the arrow. Share with your friends and family. Help me raise the vibrations. We about to get it popping with the guest speaker, my God, the God King Jason. Y'all know who he is. I ain't even gotta introduce him, even though I will, but I don't have to. I don't have to introduce this man. We ready to get it popping. Jasmine in here. Where's she at? Hello, Jazz. Jasmine, what's up? Jasmine, love you. Peace. Welcome. I didn't even know she was in the building. Peace. That's funny because I was going to follow you today on IG, so now I'm about to follow you tonight. Peace and love to you. I'm proud of you too. I've been seeing your transformation. I've been seeing you grow up. You know, grow to a beautiful young lady. So peace and love to you. Peace and love. All right, let me get this thing popping. Give me 1 second. Ooh, I know y'all feel that energy. Miss Free Spirit, peace, love, and healing. Peace, love, and healing. You just now pop it in. That's probably the last part. Well, hold on. Nicole Noise. Peace and love. All right, guys. Y'all know what time it is. Peace, love, light, positive vibrations, healing to you guys. Thank you for tapping in and sharing your amazing energy here with us tonight on Planet Wiz 2.0. I took a little break. I took a little break. I went for about 16 months in a row, 3 days a week. Non-stop. I did take a little break. I was a little recluse spider for a little second. I was just in my hermit mode, and sometimes that's good. To me, I feel like that's where the healing happens. Sometimes you got to slow down in life. You figure out you got to slow down. Sometimes you have to slow down to speed up, I should say. So, hey, I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here, sharing your amazing energy here with us tonight. The energy is right. This show is going to be absolutely amazing and phenomenal. Like I said, make sure you grab a pen and paper, take some copious notes. These are the type of conversations we need to start having, family. It's all about elevating. It's all about evolving. It's all about growth. It's all about healing. It's all about coming together. It's all about making money together, spending money together, bartering together. It's all about traveling together. It's all about having our own property. It's all about growing our own foods. It's all about all that good stuff. It's all about healing ourselves. You feel me? And that's what Planet Wiz 2.0 is about. So if that sounds like something you guys you're in that journey or on that journey, make sure you go follow me on YouTube, which my YouTube channel is Planet Wiz. Just go in there, 2 words, Planet Wiz. I'm Wiz White, the Lion King. I'm here, family. So without further ado, I'm going to get myself out the way just because I'm your host for tonight's show, which I'm just excited about. And this king here, I'm trying to tell you, this guy king right here, you'll feel his energy when I bring him on. He's very, very highly demanded to come on and speak. I would say world renowned because it's a lot of people that want to have this gentleman on their show. It's a lot of people that want to tap into his Tantra 30-day challenge that we're going to be talking a lot about tonight, and just all the wisdom and knowledge that he's going to share with us tonight. What I love about this gentleman is every time I hear him speak, I learn something, right? So I was always taught, and at least where I am now in life is, just because I feel like life is the best teacher. When you're around somebody that you learn from, Every time they open their mouth, that's the type of people you want to be around. Iron sharpens iron. You feel me? We don't want to be around any of that low vibrational shit. We trying to evolve and grow and heal and love and share this love frequency every single day. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on the king. I'm so excited to have him on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring on the king all the way out in Puerto Rico. Jason, give me 1 second, family, as I bring the king on. Let's see. Let me invite the family on real quick. All right, Jason, let me see where you are. There you are. Go down. Boom. I just sent you an Oh, you just sent me a request too. Boom. Accept. There he is. Yeah.
Peace. I'm lighting the candle. Give me a second. Peace,
Hey,
everyone.
you know what? I'm glad you said that because I got to spark my sage up real quick.
Yeah,
Let me go ahead and cleanse the space. Cleanse the space before we get this high vibrational conversation kicked off.
We got to do that. I got my incense here too.
While we're doing that, God, I just want to thank you so much just for being here tonight, sharing your amazing energy here with us. I'll tell you, I've been following you very closely for about a year now. Who just sent that? Goddess? It just says Goddess. Gratitude for the love donation. I appreciate you. Gratitude. It's a frequency. I appreciate that energy. But yeah, I've been following you for a little over a year now. And I was introduced to you by Percy, Godson.
Yes.
You know, that's my brother right there. That's my brother from another, cosmic brother. We do a lot of things together. We heal together. We meditate together. We do a lot of things together. So, you know, I love him. He's one of my favorite people on this planet. And when he introduced me to you by sending me your page, I started watching your page, man. And I'm watching. I'm like, and you know what he said to me, though?
What is that?
He said, this gentleman right here, you guys' energy is very similar. That was the first thing he said to me. So when he said that, I said, hold on, I got to go see who this guy is. I said, hold on. You know, you giving this guy all this props. Hold on. So I went to your page, right? I went to your page and I was blown away, man. So I respect you so much. I look up to you. I'm going to be honest. You know, it is what it is. We got to be real out here. I look up to you and it's just another fellow king out there helping heal this planet and bring knowledge to this planet and helping us issue in this new world. So I appreciate everything you do and thank you so much for being here.
Man, respect, brother. I'm beyond humbled. My privilege and honor to be here. So thank you for the invite very much.
Absolutely. So as we lighten the sage and cleansing the space and cleansing the area for this show, we can go ahead and dive right in if I can. So let me ask you this before we go.
Yep.
Are you open to towards the end or at some point answering questions? Because I'm sure we're gonna get absolutely.
That's what I'm here for, man. Shit, let's talk, man.
Ashe. So let's go ahead and start it off right now. Can you just share, you know, maybe your name, a little bit about your background, and you know, what you do, and then I'll start asking you some questions. You can kind of flow from there. All
right, bet. Well, peace and greetings, everyone, wherever you may be in the world. Salutations. My name is Jason. I'm called Jason. I originate from New Jersey, born and raised, and then I spent many years, about 25 years, living in South Carolina. I'm currently based in Puerto Rico. I am an empowerment coach and mentor, and I support people worldwide, especially if they're moving into a position of personal power. That's what empowerment is all about. In addition to that, I am an international artist, so many of you have seen my work all around the world. From children's books to large-scale murals to private commissions, you name it, I've had my hands in that. Most recently, I have been working as the founder of the 21-day Semen Retention Challenge. Then it evolved to the 21-day Tantra Challenge, and we have just expanded the program yet again because growth is the goal. And so now it's a Jason 30-day Tantra Challenge. We've served well over 6,000 people worldwide, have a beautiful community. God's Wrist and many other people that are probably on this call and will hear it later. That's my family. It's my Tantra family. We keep healing. We keep growing together. I am so privileged, man, to be in this position where I'm at right now. Just being able to witness everyone's growth and everyone's transformation. It's been beautiful, man. My privilege. Yes. Yeah, my people are here. I see y'all.
Oh, yeah. They pulling up. Hey, they pulling up on you tonight. They pulling up on you tonight, King.
That's my family, man. In addition to that, I have a beautiful daughter who is in her 30s. I have a son that's also in his 30s. I am the fortunate grandfather of 5 beautiful chocolate babies that I love so much. I'm just blessed, man. I feel like even though I'm 52 years of age, years young, I feel like the clock just keeps turning back, brother, turning back. And
I feel the same way.
a lot of it is that practice of semen retention, and we have talked about that, especially with my fellas. And ladies, if you're tuning in, I can tell you right now, you definitely want a man that practice of semen retention in your life, okay?
Man, let them know. Hey,
we're
let
going to
them
talk
know.
about that tonight.
Let them know. Hey, if they don't know, they're going to learn today.
They're going to learn tonight, brother, because we're here.
I say, so you know what? That's a great segue. I mean, we can really dive right into the semen retention. I mean, can you share with the family, because I'm sure some people on here that may have never heard of it or not, they don't really understand it or understand it. Can you kind of share the benefits and what semen retention is about and how it can help heal you, the male, the masculine and the divine feminine?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Great. All right, here we go. So, I actually fell into the world of Tantra a long time ago, before I even knew what Tantra was. It hasn't been until the last maybe 5 years that I even knew what the actual definition of Tantra was. I was just doing it, just being it, embodying it. And a big part of that was my semen retention practice. So, everyone has different practices that they live by. They have different philosophies and concepts. But one of mine is when I'm not in a romantic relationship, I'm abstinent, practicing abstinent, doing my healing work. And I have found that to be exponentially important for my personal growth. So I have to really stress this is like a personal decision to kind of walk this walk. This life will change. It will change everything in your world. So the basic premise of semen retention is pretty simple. Is when a man practices holding his ejaculation, meaning he is not having an external ejaculation, that he has moved into a place of mastery where he's continuing to learn how to separate an ejaculation, right, from an orgasm, because they're not the same thing. So I believe, after practicing this for over 12 years now, that semen retention is a prescription for every man. It has nothing to do with spirituality, because we're already spiritual beings, right? We don't need to add anything more to that. But semen retention is a practical guide to a man's sexual health being at its optimal level at all times. So, a little biology, okay? When men ejaculate, ladies, and this is really important because I know there's been a big stigma around like why guys fall asleep after having sex and things like that, but we're going to talk about it right now.
Just get it.
There is a cocktail that the male human body creates, and it comes from 2 different locations. Part of the ejaculant comes from the testicles, okay? That's where the sperm is. The other aspect of that cocktail comes from the prostate. So the ejaculant comes from 2 different places, right? The testicles and the prostate. It comes together through these tubes, connects and shoots out of the urethra. And every time that happens, the entire body believes that a baby is about to be born. Because I know sex has become a popular, trendy thing, but we're talking just biology right now.
Yep.
Every time a male species of any kind ejaculates, the biology kicks in, the DNA kicks in and says, oh, snap, we're about to procreate. We're about to make a baby. We're making a kingdom right here. So literally what happens is all of the life force energy that is pumping your organs, like your heart, your kidneys, your pancreas, your spleen, your intestines, your brain, all of those energy centers go, oh, snap, we're making a baby. Divert energy, and it shoots all that energy down to your second chakra. So when a man has an external ejaculation and that fluid comes out, the whole body is exhausted at that point because it's given up its vital energy. All the organs have given up their energy to make this baby. So every time a man has an ejaculant, he is literally shortening his life force energy. In other words, he's shortening his life. So this is an ancient Taoist practice. This is African Asiatic science that goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years, where semen retention practitioners were emperors. There weren't even the kings. There's a level above a king, and that's emperor, right? The kings run up under the emperor and give their gold and their taxes to the emperor. The emperor is the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
So there was sex magic and tantra magic, and it wasn't for pleasure necessarily, though pleasure is our birthright. Emperors were learning this sacred life force energy and how to retain this life force energy because they didn't have the luxury of being drained. They had to govern, right? So they had their wives and their concubines, and they had to keep their vital life force energy. So Taoist practice masters came in and started teaching the emperors, listen, this is how you can make love all night and be on top of your game to run these empires that you have in front of you. So it was really self-preservation. It was a form of mastery. It had nothing to do with sacrifice or withholding anything. They understood the science. And the science is the longer I can keep my ejaculate in, like all of my life force energy, because in that ejaculate are things like amino acids that keep your body strong, proteins, right? All different types of things in the body, because remember, that seed to fuel that sperm. So as it's traveling up into the uterus, it has energy. It's feeding off of the energy. So this is just straight biology. Now, for all my guys here, you guys can tell me, just like it was, I'm sure, with me, when you get into your 14, 15, 16 years of age, 18, you can have a hard-on all day long. You can have sex all day long, and you're ready to go in about 5 minutes again, and you're ready to go again in 5 minutes. Well, that starts to decline massively after age 25. Okay, so from age 21 to about 25, you got a good run at it. From 25 to about 30, it starts to decline. Your libido, your hormone level production, a whole bunch of things. By 30, all into 40, from 40 into 50, it gets less, it gets less, it gets less. So the Tao practitioners of ancient Chinese medicine understood that there was literally a window of time. So if a 20-year-old had an ejaculation, his vital life force energy could build back up literally within a day or 3 days maximum. He was ready to go. All his vital energy back up at its highest level, his testosterone, things like that, right? But when men started getting in their 25s and 30s, it's about 6 days. When you're in your 30s, it's about 35, 36, it's about 10 days. When you get in your 40s, it's 21 days. When you get my age, 52, it's about 30 days. So it's really simple math. You really only want to have an ejaculation if you're a semen retention practitioner based on the scale of your age, how many ejaculations you can have. Now, the guys that go through my program, I peep in the game on some herbs and some supplements and some real sexual health practices that they can do to increase their testosterone and libido and have those energy levels come back faster. But there are no hacks here. As the body gets older, you want to have less ejaculations. So that's where to help a man stay strong, okay? Why is semen retention important for ladies? Oh, man. I'm actually recording a video about this tomorrow.
Nice.
But one of the primary reasons, ladies, if you are serious about attracting a sacred masculine, now sacred masculine, I'm not a big fan of labels, but we're going to use labels for the sake of this conversation. A sacred masculine is not your average dude that you're going to find up in the club.
I say.
He can be somewhere else. So this is the conversation that we're having right now is not for every woman that wants to have hot girl summer who is out in the club looking for a dude or at the bar. You're not going to find no sacred masculine there. He's probably been there before, been there, done that, and he's graduated from that. So this conversation for the ladies is about a woman who actually really desires a sacred masculine in her life. A provider, protector. A man of high focus and high discipline. A man that's in integrity and has no issue with accountability. I'm talking about a different sector of men, okay? And I know the world is out here talking about high value man and he needs to make this much and we're not talking about that. We're talking about not a high level man, supreme level man. There's a distinction, all right?
Yes,
so a sacred masculine, ladies, if you want a sacred masculine in your life, you would also want a man that practices semen retention. And if he's not a practitioner right now, that he will be open to the idea. So here's the payoff for you ladies. One, on a biological level, his performance is going to be peak performance. because we're after self-mastery here. His performance will be peak. His diet will be peak. His nutrition will be peak. His exercise will be peak.
Talk your shit.
Right? He's on a different mode. So you got all those things covered. In addition to that, when a man is practicing semen retention with no ego, so I'm not talking about the no nut November, the no fat crowd. I'm not talking about that group. I'm talking about a man that would be doing this practice if nobody knew he was doing this practice.
That's it.
Not for the spotlight, not for that. That man will be so present with you in lovemaking because there's something that happens with the practice that moves away, like ego-based lovemaking, so that a man can be present with you, ladies. This is quintessential now. And the ladies can answer this for themselves. If you were to share a sacred experience, a sacred intimate experience, your sacred love bed with a man, wouldn't you want that man to want to be there because he's interested in you and not his ejaculation? Wouldn't you want him to be present with you? A man that shows up to love you. A man that has no end game. The man that makes sure that your needs are fulfilled way before he does. Like a real leader, a real general, make sure his troops eat first. Right?
Yep.
So he has perfected the way of intimacy with you and presence with you. Because I can imagine how horrible it would feel to know that somebody only wants you because of what's between your legs. And then when they get that, they're done. I think, ladies, you deserve better than that. But you got to select the caliber of man who has moved that aside. So she may say something like, "Baby, don't you want to come? You ready to come now?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." Are you fulfilled? Have your needs been met? Do you need anything more? What else do you need? I'm good. So he's not attached to that. That's the kind of man you want. A man that has sexual discipline and control over his vessel. If a man has no control over his vessel, he's going to be a really shitty leader. It's going to be hard to trust him. And I don't mean just trust him in the street. I mean trust him with his own decision making. It's hard to come up under a man and get with his program when he has no discipline and he's all over the place and he has no clarity and he's not on his purpose. So there are endless benefits outside of the bedroom as well, because every man here has been sent here to do something really amazing. And we can get distracted with the world's programming and society's programming instead of knowing how to hear your own voice, your inner voice, and moving from your own intuition and moving into the places that you need to go, not where people tell you need to go. We are now more than ever in an age where we need free thinking men and women that are not going to follow trendy stuff, that they're going to be brave enough to chart their own way, even if they have to go alone. The practice of semen retention will make a man look at himself in ways that the world does not want that man to be seen. He must first see himself. He must first go through this dark night of the soul. And semen retention is one beautiful practice because it teaches you about your sacred life force energy. You now learn how to transmute and transfer and apply that energy out to your goals, your dreams, your visions, your business, your relationships with everyone. A man that practices semen retention is a man that you will not have to lead down the path of self-care. He's already on it. So for all you ladies who don't want to have to raise another man,
I know they're tired of that.
Listen, time is past for that, son. Can we get to some real loving and healing? Semen retention will allow a man to hold space for you, ladies. It will allow a man to hold space for you because the sacred bedroom is also a magical place for healing to happen. That he will be emotionally intelligent. I've had partners that I have cried with while we made love because they were healing trauma, and things like that. So we have all accumulated. We have all carried things that it's time for us to release. I can go on and on about all the benefits for a man practicing semen retention in the back end swing that the entire world, not just his lover, but his children, all of his relations will be amplified with this very simple yet powerful practice.
That's powerful right there. That is so powerful. So before people start, hey guys, by the way, if you have questions for the king, make sure you put them in the Q&A section. That way we can get your questions answered accordingly. And we're definitely going to get those answered. But until then, I'll just go ahead and fire some questions off and get everybody's trigger and jog everybody's memory on what they may want to ask. So I got one of the most common questions, and you kind of touched on it.
Yep.
But for people that don't know what NoFap is, or for people that may not understand what that means, so can a man have actual intercourse when practicing semen retention? Because I know people want to know that.
Absolutely. And in fact, it's highly encouraged. So here's what I want you guys to think about. Now, again, I come from obviously the spiritual aspect of it, but I really want to make it down home because, like I said, this is a prescription for every man. All right. So your lingam, or what we will call your wand of light, or for those who have never heard of either one of those terms, your penis, all the same thing, right? It's a muscle. And it's got all these different muscles intertwined underneath it that are all connected to your pelvic floor. So there are a lot of reasons why, even while you're practicing semen retention, you want to be having sex, because it is also training, okay? You know that adage, which you don't use, you what? Lose. Absolutely. So things like blood flow are extremely important for a man to have healthy sexual function. And guys, I can tell you right now, 2 gauges for you to determine whether or not your sexual health is at its highest level right now. Two simple tests. The next time you are fully erect, your erection should be like this. Okay? That's the minimum. This way, straight. Now, what you really want is it to be up in the air a little bit. You want it to be like jacked in the air a little bit. If your lingam is hanging down here, you got problems with your sexual health. And we can talk about some things that you can do about that. But if you're down here and you're semi-soft, you are not here, which is baseline health, or up here, you got to work on your sexual function. Now, peep this. Most men do not know this. While you're sleeping, if your sexual health is at a high level, you will have a minimum of 5 erections while you are sleeping. There should be times when you wake up and you should wake up and be like, I got an erection right now, and go right back to sleep. Your own erection should wake you up. If you are not having about 5 erections during your sleep state, something is off with your sexual function. So if you only have one when you wake up, or you're waking up these days and you don't have one at all, you got some issues there. All correctable, but you got some issues. But so to your question, yes, you want to be able to have sex, make all the love that you possibly can, because you are working those muscles out. You are having that blood flow happen. You also get to practice your practice, which is your Kegel exercise. You have to learn control, right? You're not going to become a world-class boxer if you're scared to get in the ring. You got to get in the ring, right? So there are mechanisms and things that you do. There are techniques that you can employ so that you are not ejaculating. You should be able to move through various positions and have a strong Kegel. You should have a good pelvic floor control, so that whether you're in doggy style, or whether you're laying on your back, or whether you're in missionary, or you're inside missionary, or you're standing regardless of the position, you should be able to stop that ejaculation without pain. The only way you can do that is to get in the ring. So I highly encourage men. Now, for the guys who do the semen retention practice with me, that have done the Tantra challenge with me plenty of times, they have built up those muscles. If you're like a first timer to my challenge, I'll be like, no, just refrain from making love. for the next 30 days because you're not ready. You'll blow your challenge, your esteem will go down, your confidence will go down, and that's not what you came here for. You came here to have a milestone. You came here to learn some things. So you can move that to the side. You'll have plenty of sex after the next 30 days. But for the first time, you just want to practice learning control, getting back in touch with your own sacred life force energy, understanding how to navigate this energy and what to do with it when that energy starts to bubble up and percolate through your body. And I can promise you, if you do semen retention practice for 21, 30 days, that's absolutely going to happen. You're going to feel vitality that you have forgotten you've had. So highly encourage it. The more skilled and trained you are, the more lovemaking, the more sex you can have. So it's not about like refraining from anything, okay? But even boxers and trained professionals, and I like to, I like that. I like the fighting sports as well. There's a lot of correlation to that in martial arts, semen retention practice, ancient Chinese wisdom. But even a boxer will know that 7 days before a fight, he's not having any sex, and he definitely is not ejaculating because he needs to have all that energy circulating through his own body so that he's strongest for the fight. So if you know that on a very basic level, why would you want to bring that into the sacred love making session with your queen or who your partner is?
Ashe. Ashe. So we got some questions popping up.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
And you articulated that very well, so I appreciate that.
Wait a minute. Hang on. The fresh breeze. He said it's been 90 days plus and counting. Beautiful. Now, here's what I would say. Here's what I'd say about anyone who's clocking the days. Okay. As you become more advanced in this practice, and I really hate to speak about levels, but there are levels to this right here. So I got to speak about it. Okay. So it isn't just a numbers thing. It's a practice. It isn't just how many days can you withhold. Because when I first started out many moons ago, before I even knew what it was, I was just abstaining and holding, not for any ego or anything like that. And it actually hurt my health. I got some prostate infections and things like that, had to get on antibiotics. And again, it's because I didn't understand the holistic approach to semen retention. Because what happens is, like those tubes where ejaculate and all the cocktail that's feeding the sperm, when that if there is not movement, if it's stagnant like a river, right? You get all the bugs, you get all the bacteria building up in there. It's the same thing with the testicles, and it's the same thing with the prostate if you are not clearing your tubes and your pipes out. So if you're not ejaculating, there are other practices that must be in place in conjunction with. So it's not just about abstaining, because you can hurt yourself. You can actually make yourself sick. And I'm telling you from real world example, like when I was in my 30s, I got a prostate infection, and I had to go to my urologist, and he's like, man, what's going on? Why aren't you having good sex? And I was telling him what I was doing. He was like, well, listen, man, you got to clean the pipes, so you got to have to come up with something. And it was before I knew that there were other things that a man should be doing to maintain health while he's refraining. So it isn't about the number, bro. It's quality. It's quality over quantity. I would prefer a good 21-day round of no ejaculation with all of the other elements in place. What are those elements? Quality rest, hydration, exercise, limited alcohol or no alcohol. Like there are other herbs, breathing techniques, your Kegels, like there's all these different tools and things that you could be doing in conjunction with that practice. If you're just withholding and you don't have all that other support, which is what my program is all about, so that you can do this practice for the rest of your life and be extremely healthy and extremely vital and extremely potent when you need to be. You get my drift. So I just wanted to catch that as you jump into some of these comments. So it isn't length, it's the quality of what you're doing. And if you do not have a good baseline, then I would invite you to come join the program so you can learn.
Ashe. And we're going to talk more about that program a bit later. Let me ask this, and then I'm going to get going, because I think this is important as well. Have you ever done a lingam sting before?
A lingam sting?
A lingam sting. It's kind of like a yoni sting for men.
Steam. Okay,
Steam.
yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay. And one of the offerings we have is for yoni steam stuff, but it's also great for men.
Absolutely.
You know, something very powerful that I have been leveraging a lot here, sunbathing. And you know what I mean? With the anus up, getting direct solar, man, that has been, and this Caribbean heat too.
Hey,
it is powerful, bro. Look.
listen, it's funny you say that because I'm a nudist by heart. Anybody that knows me personally, I'm a nudist by heart. Shit is natural, by the way. So, like my backyard during the spring and summer is leaves all around. Like right now it's the fall. We had the fall and winter, so the leaves fell off. But during the spring and summer, I'm in my backyard naked all the time, meditating, letting my root chakra, my root area get that sun. My anus, like you said. So I can definitely agree with you on that wholeheartedly. And I do it all the time. And I preach it all the time. I'm like, guys, we got, even women, like we got to get our root areas and our areas that sun.
Yes, get sun on your vagina, get sun on your vulva, get sun on your lingam, get sun on your testicles, get sun on your anus. That is one of the most powerful portals. And even if you are sitting on the earth, sit on, like I'm sitting right now. I'm sitting right connected to the earth, so that the energy from the earth will come up through your first chakra, all the way up through your chakras, out through your crown, and loop back around. So you'll be in a loop. You'll be in a lovemaking session with the earth. Okay.
Yep.
You can create your own microcosmic orbit with you and the earth. And again, all of this is a practice. You practice learning how to do these things before your sacred love making session, before your partner shows up, right? So that when she shows up or they show up, you can share the practice of microcosmic orbits, sharing that energy back and forth with one another. So all of these things, they literally are practices. Whether you're in a relationship now or you're preparing for one in the future, these are staples that men need to be doing in their life. And then share that with your partner. They will be quite grateful that you have.
I should.
Yeah, respect.
I show respect, King. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. So, if you can't see them, let me know and I'll read them. Can you see these? Can you see the question?
I can, yeah.
Okay. So, who is a woman equivalent to Fari that you know who is educating women like this?
Okay, so is that from a man or a woman? I'm just curious.
The name is C Moss MLK. I would imagine it's a goddess, but I don't know because there's no. It's only like a car or something on the avatar. So
okay. Well, the reason I ask is because, my message is really specifically for men, and it's about sexual function and sexual health and treating themselves like an emperor out here in these streets. So when you're asking a question like that, an equivalent, well, my message is really geared towards men, though I honor and bow to the feminine. And if you've ever followed my page, you guys have seen that before. But if the question is there a woman teaching semen retention and the practice and the importance of semen retention like me? I would say I don't know of one, but I know of equal counterpart females that are teaching womb care and womb healing, trauma work, and things like that. Well, one of them may be on here now, one of my sacred sexuality coaches and close prima. I thought I saw Vianney here now. There are a few, but it would really depend. If CMOS, if you want to DM me and ask me, like, you might want to give me a little bit more backdrop that you may not feel comfortable sharing here. Like, what exactly are you trying to learn and ascertain? And based on that information, I'm sure I can come up with a quality referral for you if that's what you need.
I should. I know for like women womb healing. I know Queen Afua is
that's top.
That's definitely one of the bigger ones that a lot of time. Yeah, I love her. I've read all her books. I've read her books. I watch her on YouTube. I follow her on IG. So she's definitely a guiding women and sharing some good information for women.
Respect. But if this individual, whoever this person is, if they need one-on-one care, they're looking for something more specific, Queen of Fool might be a little bit harder to reach. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to tell me a little bit more or you want to share openly here, you're welcome to do that. But let's see if we can connect you to someone.
The good thing is the family is in here sharing plenty of people. So I'm sure they should be able to get. I've seen like 6 or 7 different empresses that they've mentioned. So that's good stuff. The family got our back.
I love it. Thank y'all.
The next question. Claudia, she says, how do you recommend we introduce this concept to our partners?
Okay. If they're a male partner, you want to be easy about how you do it. Now, I'm just going to talk real frank like I always do. Some men, if they have not done their emotional healing work, may not take kindly to you be showing somebody some other man's Instagram feed talking about, oh, he's amazing, look at this guy, oh honey, you need to. If you do anything like that, that conversation is a wrap.
Facts.
Facts. So I would say, know your audience. Okay, whoever asked that question, know your audience.
I say
what they are receptive to, what they are not. Like, you have to understand, like, men by nature, we can be territorial and all this other stuff. So if you want him to be open, how would I do it? Well, you may want to send him, as an example, to the enrollment link, as an example. If you wanted to just, hey, I found this program, you might find it interesting. Check it out and tell me what you think. Or if you want to set some time together, baby, it's about a 6 or 7 minute video. Maybe we could sit down and look at it together. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And maybe start with that. And like on my enrollment page, there are like Justin and God's Risk, all these men who have practiced semen retention from around the world that are speaking about it. So sometimes what men need to hear is a voice from another man.
Yes.
Right? But if you are going to introduce it to a man, and I'm not telling you to treat him like a child, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying to tiptoe around him. I'm just saying know your audience, because I'm hoping the end game is to get him on board, to enlist him to get on board, to begin to be open about this practice with you. So another great thing would be maybe to get a book on Tantra and leave it in a place where he may see it. All right. And maybe that'll spark a conversation. I don't know what the level of your relationship is, but when I'm in a relationship, I date my queen. And one of the practices that we have in the Tantra Challenge is we set aside a time to ask 3 questions of our partner. So we schedule intimate time to check in, and it has nothing to do with lovemaking. It's about, tell me how are you? What do you need? How can I serve you deeply? What do I need to start doing? What do I need to keep doing? What do I need to stop doing? Those 3 questions. So maybe if you are making time for healthy dialogue that's non-violent in nature, where both parties have an opportunity week to week to week to speak about their needs, so that you can track and make sure both of your needs are being met. Well, that might be an opportunity, if you have conversations like that, to say, baby, I really would love to be able to expand the levels of our intimacy. And use the word intimacy, because most men think sex is intimacy. And I can promise you, sex is not intimacy.
Facts.
One is a banana and one is an apple. They are not the same things. All right.
True.
So one, you got to be able to separate that. Just like earlier, I talked about separating the term ejaculation from orgasm. Most men, again, think that an ejaculation and an orgasm are the same thing. They are not the same thing. So I think the first thing to do would be to peel back the curtain on the definition of what intimacy looks like for you, what intimacy looks like for him, gauge what the levels of intimacy are, and what are the pockets and areas in your life where you can improve it. I think a healthy conversation around that, to make sure everyone's needs are being met, and to set up time and opportunities to create intimacy without sex. So it depends on where that man is at. So that's a very expansive answer to a very expansive question, because it depends on where that guy is at, what the conversations around sex, what the performance around sex has been in the past. Has there already been guilt and shame put on this man about his sexual performance? Like, all of these factors come into play when you start trying to bring up a conversation around semen retention and why it may be important for him. But that doesn't negate the fact that a conversation needs to be had. All I'm saying is you want to be supremely wise about how you do it, right? You get more bees with honey than vinegar. If you want an open and receptive man, then you're going to have to really know him, his emotional centers, and speak to him from that space with a lot of compassion and grace. And he may not be open initially, but then, you can kind of breadcrumb the conversation until you can really open up the field and have a mature conversation about what needs to be taking place in your romantic relationship.
I say, great answer. Great answer. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Okay. So the goddess Miss Free Spirit says, are lingam massages beneficial?
Beneficial to who? because my experience has been it benefits the receiver and the giver. So yeah, absolutely. A lingam massage is critical. just as much as a yoni massage. There is no real difference outside of the fact that, you know, the vulva is an internal hub that collects energy, right? So it's the negative pole and the positive pole. So the vulva, the vagina, that is where all the deposits, energetical deposits are made. That's also where stress and emotional and aggression, wounds, traumas are built up. But that does not mean that a lingam, because it's an external, a positive pole, doesn't have trauma and wounds around it. It absolutely does, just as much as a woman. It's just by the nature of the design, the physiology between men and women are just naturally collecting more trauma and more energy and more deposits than a man has. So for all the same reasons that I spoke of a few minutes ago, the function, just for blood flow, healthy blood flow, a lingam massage is healthy for a man for healthy blood flow. One of the practices that we have for all my guys that are practicing semen retention with me is a practice called edging. It is like you're in the gym. You are actually exercising and doing kind of a lingam massage on yourself because you want that blood flow. You get to practice your breathing. You get to practice your control. So for a woman who wants to give a man a lingam massage, you can give it to him and say, baby, you've worked hard this week. I honor you, king. I want to keep you strong and healthy. Lay back. I'm going to really treat you. You could lead him to an ejaculation. You could lead him to an orgasm, or you could not. You could say, let me help you deepen your practice. So every time he's getting close, you're having these cues and these conversations and this communication. And every time he's getting up and up and up to the level, you guys can introduce other levels of intimacy. And what he is able to start to do is to start to play with that arousal energy like a yo-yo. And even all of that is training, y'all. There is never not a moment where you could not be training. So if you want to give him a happy ending, you can give him a happy ending. If you just want to have another way of delivering self-care to him without an end game, you can do that as well. It just depends on what you want and what the conversation is. And there are no rights and wrongs. You can do both. You know, maybe one time you give him a lingam massage just so that he doesn't have to do it on his own. Another time you can help him release. You know, because in this practice, we do have what I call sacred releases. It's a practice that I have developed within my practice, and now I share it with my guys. Because when you get to that 21-day mark or that 30-day mark, and it is really time for you to release, because a lot of times anything longer than about 6 weeks can become unhealthy if you're not staying on top of all those other aspects and things that I spoke about when we were talking with the other brother, right? Because you can just get energy stagnant, and you think you're moving forward, and you're really taking 2 steps backwards. You would have been much better off having an ejaculate every 4 weeks under healthy circumstances with a sacred release, right? And we can dive into more about what my sacred release practice looks like for anybody here that might want to pick that up. But some of my guys that are already on here, they know what it is because they do it too.
Ashe. Ashe. All right, next question. Let's see. All right, so this is a long one. She's what if we introduce this information to our partner and they partake in the tantra or do one-on-one sessions, but nothing changes? How would somebody go about that?
Sure. Great question. Well, what I would say is Egypt and Rome were not built overnight. So you have to be very clear about what you're trying to build before you ever start construction. So if you're trying to move the brother and move things in a quick way, that's probably not going to work out in your favor. But if you have patience and you understand that the end game is to deepen your levels of intimacy and love between you both, then it's going to require some patience. So if nothing changes, well, that's a broad question, because really, if I was coaching them one-on-one, the first thing I'd ask is like, well, what would you like to change? Because it could be a myriad of things. Does he have ED? You know, is he only good for 1 round? Like, is he only good for 3 minutes? Like, what exactly are we trying to change? That's the first question. I don't really know that. So when she says, and nothing changes, there's probably other multitude of reasons why. Here's what I've learned from working with men and women. More often than not, when there is a breakdown that's in the bedroom, it's not really about the bedroom. It just manifests in the bedroom. You know how it is, like, you can come home from work one day, brother, and you see a leak in the kitchen, and you're like, oh, where's this water coming from? and you can see it's coming from the roof, and you're like, well, I'm a little handy. So then you decide to go up into the attic, and then, you know, you got the AC unit up there, and you climb it over the AC unit, you climb it over the rafters, and you climb it over, and you get over to the spot where the kitchen is, but there's no leak. You're like, well, wait a minute now, I saw water. I'm right above the area. And then you're sitting up there, and you see that there's a little bit of light coming from the east side of the house. So you climb over that, you climb over all the rafters, you climb on the other side of the house, and lo and behold, what do you see? You see a hole in the roof, and every time it rains, the rain is coming down into the hole, catching a rafter, traveling down, and manifesting in the kitchen. But that's not the source of the leak. The source of the leak is on the west side, is on the east side of the house, remember? So anytime there's a breakdown in relationship, I can almost promise you it's not just the bedroom. It's somewhere else. And normally what we uncover when I'm working one-on-one with couples is that there's some built-up resentment somewhere else. And resentment, unresolved resentment in relationship is really the cancer of most relationships. It's not sex, it's not money, it's not this. Those are manifestations. But when things don't change, when you throw stuff at an issue and it doesn't change, what that tells you is that wasn't the core issue. So you have to really get clear about what the core issue is. What is the root of it? You have to go all the way to the root and extract the root. And that instantly starts to correct everything else. The sex, the money, the communication, all the other things start to line up and get in alignment when the core issue is addressed. So again, it's really hard for me to say, but what I would say is not very many things happen overnight, and not many things happen the first time. So you can look at the Wright brothers. It took them 400 times in flight before they could finally get that plane up in the air. The woman who wrote Harry Potter, she got rejected 400 times before a publishing house finally said no to her. Do you know how big of a brand Harry Potter was? How much money that woman made? She made so much money, she gave a lot of it away. She's like, I can't spend all this money in my life.
Right.
But before she got to that point, there were 400 rejection letters that she received in the mail about her book being whack. So just because something doesn't happen, there's not an instantaneous change. Because I know we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants everything yesterday. But that's not the reality of life. So I would say if you can identify the source of what the real root issue is, and you believe in all of the energy going to repair it, well, then it's going to take time, because nothing gets broken down overnight. Nothing.
Asha. Beautiful said. Beautifully, RC. Beautifully. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to come back to her next because she asked the question already. I'm going to get everybody else first. All right, so Michael Abstract, Jason, can you share the tantric book you shared with us during the challenge with those on the live?
Yes, Michael, the book that's a great book. It's so funny that you mentioned it because I was going to say it earlier. The book is Osho's book, and I don't have one on hand because some of my material is still back in my crib in the States. But if anyone wants to look it up, it is Osho. Let me spell it in here real quick. All you have to do is look for Osho. That's the title of the book. It's big letters across the book, and the cover of the book is a hot pink. Hot pink.
Can you get that on Amazon? Absolutely.
It's like $12 or so. Grab that book. That is the only book I ever recommend.
Okay, I'm tapping in.
There's 100 Tantra books out there. We can get into the distortions about Tantra in a minute, but there's a lot of books out there. But this one is a beautiful book that peels back the idea of intimacy. So ladies, if you have a man in your life who does not understand intimacy, you should get him that book. It's an easy read, okay? So you should be able to get into it. It is a great book for date nights. Y'all need to make a bath, climb in the bath, let that man read a chapter to you, right? Make it sexy. You have just created intimacy with no sex, all right? Go, brothers, pack a picnic for the queen, take her out into the park, go take her to the beach, and read to the queen.
You'll thank him later, trust me.
Exactly. Exactly. Create that intimacy, and, learning is sexy. Learning is sexy. So, incorporate that. Michael, that is a great, great book, brother. Great book. Recommend it to everyone that does the challenge. Start with that.
Shay. Let's see. All right, so Mama Moon says, what does it mean when a man says he feels shocks in his balls?
Did she say shocks?
Shocks like zzz, electric shocks, yeah.
That's interesting. I'd have to ask him a little bit more. Like brother, like what we talking about exactly?
Right.
If she can respond, is he saying, is it painful? Let's get clear about what she's saying. Like, is he saying like every time he goes to have an ejaculation, he's experiencing pain?
Talk
because
to us, Mama.
Yeah, tell her to help me get clarity so I can answer her best. And for anyone else who's got a question, if you can laser in on that question, right? The quality of the question is based on the quality of the answer. I can't answer you the best way possible if the question is vague. So is he saying he's in pain when he has an ejaculation? Because that is a phenomenon. Men do have that. And that makes them not want to have ejaculation because it hurts when they do. So I'm just trying to better understand. Or is he talking some kind of mystical, I'm feeling, some shock vibration, energetical vibrations. I need to better understand what she's talking about.
Right.
So let's circle back to that. She can answer that. That'd be great.
All right. We'll come back to that. Let's go to another one. Mama Moon, go ahead and put your question. I guess you could put it back in the Q&A with a little more substance, a little better way of explaining, and then we'll figure it out.
Put a little meat on that bone for me, Mama. I'd appreciate it. I would love to answer your question.
All right, so let's see who's next. We got, let's see. All right, I'll go to this one. Nope, we already did that one. Give me 1 second. My apologies.
Okay, you're good.
All right, here we go. So, CMOS MLK is back.
Okay.
Since I have aware men on the line, what if I have a young man family member that doesn't want to take care of his body, hygiene, nutrition, etc., and sees everything as a chore? How does a Platonic woman family member inspire a young man to love himself and concern himself with himself more? Wow.
Okay. Fantastic question.
That's a great question. I work with kids too, and I had that same issue. So this is a great question.
Listen, it's a little tricky because, I was a single father. I raised my son I fought for custody and got custody of my son at 13. Though I had been in his life, married to his mother for the first 10 years of his life, and we were doing the double duty, sharing custody. And then I just had to go get him myself. And then I raised him for 5 years as a single parent. So I understand that. And, I like to be clean and my hygiene is on point. But there was raising that 13-year-old boy and 14-year-old and 15-year-old. I'm like, why does your bedroom, man, smell like a locker room? Like, what is the issue? Whole other part of the house clean, see me clean. I'm like, brother, this is ridiculous. Pizza stuff all under the bed, all kind. It was just gross.
Trust me.
And we had some power struggles over that for a while. And then we just came up to an agreement that there were some things I was willing to allow, some things I wasn't. So it depends on his age. Okay, depends on your level of influence on him. What I can tell you more often than not, when women come down on men, whether they're teenage young men moving into adolescent and adulthood, or they're already a grown man, you have to be very careful because you can easily cross the line and it'll turn them completely off. So everything that you thought was working in your favor actually starts to work against you. So the first thing I would say is it's great to hear it from a woman, but it's best to hear it from a man. So my questions are obvious. Are there any other men in the family that may be able to have a positive influence and spend time with him if they're not spending time with him? Is his father in his life? Like, is he in a mentorship program? Are there other young men, other peers in his, like maybe in the same grade and at school that, do keep up their hygiene, that, that he may be able to be influenced by? I can promise you a masculine energy is going to speak leaps and bounds over any feminine energy, any nagging, any coaxing, any encouraging. It's almost going to fall on deaf ear. So it would really depend on what tools she has around her, because it takes a village to raise us, right? And that is absolutely true. So I would say, does he have a mentor? Is his father in his life? Does he have any uncles? If you go to church or anything like that, or any men groups or any positive images, like anything like that, if you have access to any of that, I would start there. I would start there. If there's the answer is no to all of those, then obviously, what would I do? I think it would really depend what the exact hygiene thing is, because there's only a million solutions. There's a solution for everything. What would I do? Ask her if she can give me one specific thing so that I can give her an example of how I might address that.
Okay, you said one specific example.
Yeah, like give me an example. What, is he not washing? Like, I remember when I was in the military, there was one dude, the guys we'd have to all pick him up, and he was a big dude. He's like a bear too, man. So we all have to pick him up and literally drag him into the shower and fight him in the shower because he wouldn't wash it like one day a week. And for him, he was like a farmer. He was a boy that was a big farmer boy. And he couldn't even smell himself anymore. Like, he had no idea that was how they lived their life. And we had to work with him. All the guys had to get him until he started to learn how to wash his own behind, because he didn't know at first. So it just, if I can have an example of what the issue is, maybe the biggest issue, the thing, because usually if you get some positive momentum in one thing, then it will start to cascade. But you and I both know it. If he's a young heterosexual man, at some point when girls start paying attention to him, if they're not already, it only takes one girl to start paying attention to him, and he's gonna need new underwear. He's gonna start trying to wear a little cologne. He's gonna start, So it depends. Like, if you give me an example, we might need to. She did.
She said, I was thinking when he feels sexually confident, he'll fix it. He's not showering. He doesn't stink, but it might depressions. He's a young adult, but isn't healed. He's working on some things.
All right. What age did she say?
She didn't say. I'm sure she.
Okay. So it's ladies. I know y'all gonna be like, oh, this is gross, but it's pretty typical. I didn't go through that phase.
Me either.
I've always been very clean. Like, I used to be that 2 or 3 times a day shower dude. I'm not that extreme anymore, but I was always on point with my stuff. But it's not unpopular.
Whoa.
What happened?
She said he's 24.
Well, throw his butt in the bath.
Well, I work with kids. My kids are 17 and under, like 13. I was 24.
Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to book a coaching session with me for him as a gift, and I'll tell his ass to watch.
Man. Hey, that threw me for a loop right there. My apologies, Goddess. My apologies, Goddess. I didn't expect you to say 24. And the reason I say that is because I'm a therapist, so I work with kids. I work with troubled youth. And trust me, 17 down. I got 13-year-olds, 14, 15, 16. And I have to literally box to get these young men to get in the shower. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, they are having young girls come at them, but some of them just don't care. I'm like, bro,
we got to build on some incentives. So what you can do, like you can, and I did this with my son. Like, I learned, because like I said, we had our power struggles. So like, man, listen, the only agreement was that you got to keep this room and your body clean, man. Like, look, we're not having this in here. And then it just became more of a power struggle. So then when I started doing this, building in incentives. Incentives, again, it's that sugar versus vinegar always works better. But if he's 24, all jokes aside, because we're not really teasing him. We're just making light of how typical that is for men. But at 24, I'm going to go on a limb and say my sense is he's probably a virgin, or close to that. So because that's not typical for a 24-year-old man to not want to be out here, at least making sure he's somewhat looking right, smelling right, to attract a partner of some sort. Right. So you do see that behavior, like that movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, things like that. There are men that are later up in age and they're not sexually active, and there's nothing wrong with that. In a lot of ways, I think that's absolutely beautiful, man. I was a late bloomer. I mean, I didn't growing up in Jersey, they were having sex around me and having babies at 12. Like, I made it out of the hood, joined the military, and at 19 is when I was no longer a virgin. So from where I come from, that's a long time. So there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if he's saving himself for marriage or whatever that may be, I think all of that's beautiful. I think it's great. And, you know, he may need to have another male influence really talk to him about the importance of that. And I'm just trying to rack my brain about what else at 24. She need to have her, tell her to DM me so we can have talk, so we can talk.
Yeah,
so I can talk a little bit more with her, and maybe we can come up with some creatively together for him.
I'll share to that. All right, so this might be, as of right now, let me see. Yep, this is the last question on here as of now. And then I have a goddess that wants to come in and ask you a question, that physically wants to come in. And then I have a king who's one of my best friends who wants to come in too. So we'll tap them in. And we'll do that, and then we'll talk more about the Tantra challenge.
Respect.
And kind of go from there and flow.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm here for all of it.
Okay, so the goddess says, can we speak on Tantra?
Yes. What would you like to know? Tantra is expansive. So if you ask 100 people what Tantra is, my hope is they will all give you a personalized definition of Tantra. Because it's very individual. It's very experiential. It's very much, what is Tantra yoga? It's just as much as, if you've ever gone and done yoga on the mat and then really tried to explain it in words, you probably would do a piss poor job, because there are some things that are just really hard to communicate. But for me, Tantra means liberation. It means how much more free can I be from the last moment? Moment by moment by moment, I'm always pushing the boundaries on what that freedom looks like and feels like for me. What's liberation look like and feel like? Inside the bedroom, outside of the bedroom, out here in this 3D reality, inside this matrix, how much liberation can I acquire for myself while I'm in here having this real world experience? So the practice of Tantra is to drive you towards liberation in all areas of life. So when they say Tantra yoga, that term means union with God. So the Tantric practice is a way to have a union or have a relationship with your God, source energy, the universe, whatever you want to call that, higher intelligence. It doesn't really matter to me. It's all the same. It's all the same energy. So in its simplest form, Tantra allows you to shed all the dogmas, all the societal norms, everything that we have learned, all the shame and the guilt around sexuality. That it is a beautiful gift, our sexuality, to be expansive in that. It's about the balancing of your masculine and your feminine energy, because we have them both, okay? Men, if you're on this call and you've never heard this before, you have feminine energy coursing through your veins. It is part of who you are. Your dominant energy is masculine, but you have feminine energy too. Right. And what the practice of Tantra does is allow you to merge with both of those, to be able to embody both of those, not to be independent of them, and then know when to use them. So as a prime example, and why it's so important that I believe not only men should be doing semen retention, but most men should be practicing Tantra, is because it allows you to tap into your feminine energy, and then you share that feminine energy with the queen. If you're in a heterosexual relationship. I'm a heterosexual man, so I only speak about heterosexual relationships because I don't say anything ever that has not been a first-hand experience in anything that I'm doing, whether it's flute or music or art or this. I'm only speaking about from real world experience, not from books, not from theory. Experience is your only and best teacher in my view. So because I'm a heterosexual male in this life, I can't speak to same-sex relationships. But energy is energy. It's all the same. We have plenty of same-sex relationships come through the Tantra Challenge, and they have amazing results. But I can't speak to that because I'm a heterosexual male.
I should.
Okay? But it is so important for a heterosexual male to be able to tap into in a moment's notice, because it should not take long. You should be able to transition from your masculine energy to your feminine energy like this in the moment, depending on what the moment is. But one of the best places to experience it and have that dance is in the sacred lovemaking session with the feminine, because you are going to be able to connect with her in ways that your masculine energy just cannot, especially when we're talking about healing trauma, especially when things are going to be coming up. So as an example, we teach some aspects of yoni massage, the concept, and I talk about some tips, some pointers, some things men need to know before they move into this sacred act. But a lot of guys get it twisted. They think it's like a G-spot massage. They think they're doing it to get the woman off. And more often than not, until she cleans up the wounds, that her unconscious wounds in her sexuality and in her womb space, it isn't going to necessarily feel good to her. In fact, when you start putting your fingers certain places, there are all these energy centers that are lodged in the female womb. So you put your finger on one place, it may feel pleasurable. You put your finger in another place, and it may start her crying. She may start cursing you, and like her head spinning around like the Exorcist, because you hit a trauma wound that has nothing to do with you. But you're the person who activated it because you're the man there. So if you're the man there, that means you have to be man enough to handle it.
Bars.
Right? So, you know, being able to navigate your energy, if she's in her feminine space and she's emotional in that moment, that would be a prime example of when you want to match energy with energy. That's when you want to move into your feminine nature, which is nurture, compassion, patience, a space holder. Like, you can easily move into that feminine energy and show up powerfully for her. Even as the man in that connection, you can tap into her and touch her in an emotional place that when you're in your masculine and you're heavy in your masculine, very rare and very hard for men to do. So the bedroom, the sacred lovemaking session, is a beautiful place for a man to bounce between his masculine and his feminine energy.
I'll say, agree.
Right.
Big agree.
Respect.
All right, so I think that was, at least for right now, that was the last question on the Q&A. So I have, let me see. Okay, so one guy that says left, but I do have my guy here, Infinite Nine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him in real quick. He wants to join live and share some of his share some energy with us and possibly ask you some questions.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
So I'll tell you now, Cleve, while I got you coming in.
What's happening?
Just for time's sake, Cleve, we're going to keep it 10 minutes or under. I'm going to do that with everybody that comes in. That way we can keep the show flowing.
It sounds great. Yeah, it sounds
Welcome,
great.
King.
Peace.
Hey, well, I wanted to appreciate you, man, for your energy and everything you present tonight. And then, you know, Wiz, that worked perfect for me because my phone going to start tripping before 10 minutes in.
I already know.
It's going to trip in like 3 minutes. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but so let me just go ahead and kind of go straight in because, as he said, he wants to keep time. My phone acts up a lot. So, bro, you are a jewel. And you are obviously leaving an imprint upon humanity and space, the air we breathe. You speaking it, it's in the atmosphere.
Respect.
You see, and if I said that, it must have happened. It must have happened.
Respect.
And it's happening. So my thing I want to bring about is this Tantra.
Yep.
So I'm not really like a master Tantra teacher. That's something I'm embarking on, but I am Tantra. And Tantra is it. Listen, folks, any type of way in your entire life, whether it be through religion, spirituality, philosophy, or any other vein that you've ever thought about a way of enlightenment or a way of self-improvement or a way of altering states, this is Tantra.
That's facts.
Yep. Self-mastery. Yeah. Anything that's going to move you into self-mastery, self-embodiment, self-awakened. Tantra, absolutely.
Facts. These are just words. Now, here's the deal. How could this not be valid if every person, every form of life that exists that we know on this planet came through the portal between the legs?
Yep.
The man came, the woman received the cum, and then we came.
Respect.
So therefore, we were sent, but beyond being sent, we came. And see, we choose our challenges. And I had challenges that I don't expect a man to ever go through or ever understand. And so my life has called me to yearn for something to restore my wholeness and my balance in my life. There's something that's brought me to a place this incarnation where I desire beyond greatly to be whole. because I suffer. I'm in torment 24/7. And so the point of connecting that, if everything came through the portal, then every answer and every problem and everything else comes for them. So if you believe that through the mechanics of anything in the sensual, once you start believing and understanding that that is a serum, that is a secret, and that is a fluid, that is a potion, that is the cure-all and the answer to everything. It is that. Why think you feel good when that shit happens? Why? Why would you feel those sensations? Why would you feel that if that ain't a gift from God?
Facts.
So I know through, as a lot of folks know, a lot of folks don't know, through the journey that I was oversexed, right? Then I got so sick, couldn't have sex. There, now I'm a free man because I was a slave to sex. You understand what I'm saying? I was a slave to the fit. Watch, because we have to look at sex. We have to be in very, 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 very detailed about this, because sex itself is the capsule. What is a capsule? A capsule is a compartment. What does that mean? So now when we dig deeper, we got to find out what's inside the capsule. And that's the spiritual connection of what we call sex, socks. Why that saxophone's sexy? Because the sax is the six, it's sex.
His phone, there his phone goes.
Oh, there you go. Oh, he back. Wait.
No, once it do it, it's gonna go. That's one of my best friends. I already know what's happening. Hey, Cleve.
He may come back.
There he is. All right. You got another question, King, that came through. Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother from another.
You know, but you know, it's unfortunate his phone stopped when it stopped. But you know, it sounded like he was getting ready to talk about some of the more deeper aspects of healing for him. I heard him say that he's like in torment. 2024.
He has cancer.
It's cancer.
He was diagnosed 5 years ago, so he's fighting for his life. But he's a warrior. He's a warrior, and I know he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna
interesting.
Be fine. Yeah, he'll probably come back in, and I want you guys too.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Okay, thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you.
No doubt. Yeah, I want to connect you guys. We got, let me see. Somebody had a question in here. Let me see. All right, you know what? While we're waiting on that, because we'll probably be the last question for the night, because we're moving right along. Can you kind of share with everybody on the line, because we still got a lot of people here. Can you share with them the what's going on with your Tantra Challenge, how they can get involved, and all that good stuff there?
Okay, I almost forgot about that. Yeah. All right, so we're
and then we can close it out if you want after that.
Yeah, I'm good. Unless if somebody's got a question, I'm here for it. If they want to come in and join and request in, I'm here. So I'm just grateful for this space. So yeah, we have like I said when I first started, you know, I'm the founder of the Jason 30-Day Tantra Challenge. It's a 4-week online program, and we have students from all over the world. So whether you're a beginner, never heard of Tantra, you're welcome to join us, okay? Or any of my alumni that are here, they have come back to the program over and over and over, because it's always an opportunity for you to learn, and expand, and grow, and develop. But it's 4 weeks based on certain aspects. So every week we have a themed module. So the very first week, whether you're in partnership or not, because it's for singles and for couples, same-sex relationships, all inclusive. The very first stage is what we call the conscious self. So even if you're in a romantic relationship, we want you to start to pay more attention to reclaiming your energy, bringing your energy back in. So for my single parents here, or parents raising children, you know how it goes when you have kids. You know, you become back burner, especially mama, and everybody, right? And everybody else's needs are being cared for except for mama, or both parents. By the time you finish running behind the kids all day, the only thing you got time to do is fall asleep in your clothes. Like, you ain't even get undressed yet. You still, you know, you're just exhausted.
Yep.
So the first thing we want we want you to understand is you have to be in a position of your own personal power. So you have got to be able to call back in your energy. And for a lot of us, including me, who's a reformed overgiver, like you want to think that you want to give to everybody else because that's what you're supposed to do. But that's actually incorrect. It's incorrect. It's just like as if you were on an airplane flying, and you know how the flight attendant tells you if there's an emergency and the mask come down, you know how they do all of that. Like, listen, if the mask comes down, put it on you first. They never say when the mask comes down, put it on the person sitting next to you, put it on your child. They don't say that. They say put the mask on you first. Why? Because that way your oxygen is at 100%. Then you can physically take care of everybody at the highest level because you have all of your oxygen. Conversely, you're trying to fumble with your own mask, so you put your own mask down and you start helping other people, and your mask is dwindling. Now you're at 60. Now you're at 50. You're getting weaker and weaker. That's less people you can help because now your oxygen is at 30. You're not as effective. But that's what a lot of people are doing in their relationships right now. They're on fumes. They're on vapors. And they think that they're given to everybody, and they're not given to the most important person, which is themselves.
I show you.
So if you want to serve your family, if you want to serve your lover, if you want to serve your children at the highest level, you want to serve your community, your coworkers, your other family, extended family, you have got to put yourself back into a position of being first. That's not selfish. That is self-care. Starts there. So the first week, we just want everybody to start to pull their energy back in. The second week is when you become more realized about that energy. It kicks in about day 6 or day 7 for people to begin to remember. And then we move into week 2, which is the activated self. So that's when we introduce Kundalini practices like breath work, exercises, things that they can do. Because now this energy is starting to build up, and the people are like, okay, what do I do with it? Right? So we want to be able to create an outlet for you to be able to do something with this energy. The third week is when you expand that energy out to all of your relationships. Okay? So you've become aware of the energy, you've started to cultivate the energy and activate the energy, and now you begin to share it with your romantic partner. So if you're in a relationship in week 3, we have all these different practices, different assignments that we give you, like dating your partner, cuddling with your partner, things that are so basic and simple, but everyone is forgetting to do it. And through this program, we have saved a lot of marriages where they were like, Justin, if this program don't work, we're done. We're about to call it a day. We can't do anything here with this. People are having babies through this challenge. I mean, that are in partnership that couldn't conceive and things like that because they've learned to develop deep practices of intimacy. So that had always been the program for the first 3 weeks. Now we've added an additional week. So it's integration week. So what I have found in paying attention to everybody that comes to the program is that people can use a little bit more support about, like, how do I take what I would consider in some cases some lofty practices, and I'm the only person in my house, I'm the only person in my family, I'm the only person in my community that is into this stuff. I don't have a support network. I don't know how to integrate this and take this back out into the real world in a practical way. So the integration week is new. So we're going to slowly be bringing you into, we'll talk more about conscious dating, about if you're interested in attracting a partner, what are some ways in which you may be able to do that? How are you going to set up your schedule after the 30 days so that you can continue with yoga practice, so that you can continue to make time for your intimacy dates if you're in a relationship, and all the other things. So there are 2 tenets to the challenge, and they're pretty simple. The first is no peak orgasms of any kind. So no ejaculations. Ladies, no clitoris stimulation for 30 days. The other one is no consumption of pornography of any kind for 30 days. Those are the 2 tenets. So for my people who have done this practice before, they're making love almost every night. They're practicing their intimacy. They're doing all their techniques. They're doing all the things. So it depends on what your levels are. So that's why I stress, this is not a sex challenge. This is an energy challenge that you can take and deepen your intimacy with your own self first, because you're always your own beloved first.
Okay.
Then you can share that with your sacred partner if you have a lover. You share it with your children and everybody else around you. So because the universe doesn't work in voids, meaning if we take something away, in this case, no peak orgasms, no ejaculations, no pornography of any kind, we move those elements out of people's lives, we have to replace them with something else, because the universe is always in perfect balance. You never see the sun and the moon technically competing at the same time. They know one comes up, one goes down. You see rain and sun, like, you know, life and death. The universe is always about balance. So because we've asked you to move some things and put them on the shelf for a little while, we add in some other things that you can be doing. One of the biggest and most powerful aspects of this challenge is that people have gone through it. They've learned how to harness their life force energy. They know how to transmute it and put it out into other things. We have had people make movies. We've had people publish books, publish albums, launch businesses, launch multiple businesses. Take that same creative energy that you're dispensing every day or every other day, ejaculating or masturbating or whatever, and cultivate that energy, let it build up, and then put it somewhere exponentially. And see, now we're moving into the space of where we're talking about collapsing time and moving your energy in such a way that things manifest faster. And I'm not talking about ejaculating to, you know, manifest $100 or $1 million. I'm not talking about that. That's a distortion. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being able to be focused and on purpose and not distracted with sex in our hypersexual society, but that you're able to execute. That's why people are like, Justin, like, how are you always into something? How are you always doing something? How are you prolific? When I was painting more, it was the semen retention. It was the semen retention practice. It amplifies every area of your life. It teaches you discipline and how to move that energy throughout your body. So in the challenge, that is something that we stress a lot, okay? We have breakout sessions in week 2. So I work with all the men, and the ladies work with our sacred sexuality instructor. The very first time we did breakout sessions 2 challenges ago, me and the guys talked for 4 hours straight. We talked for 4 hours. We talked about dating. We talked about parenting. I mean, as a sacred masculine, all of these things are concerns for us. We talked about finances. We talked about self-defense. We talked about everything. So this is a really well-rounded program, and the support in the community is so beautiful. The people that come through this challenge, and I know I'm probably sounding biased right now, but they are some of the most beautiful, seriously committed people to transforming their own lives. They understand, just like me, that nobody's coming to save us here, that this is our work to do. It is a beautiful framework and a beautiful community. We have tons of laughs on the weekends. We hang out, we talk. I mean, I know people, I know their family, I know their kids, I know all types of things about them. Like, I am very inserted into their life, and it's such a privilege. And it's been beautiful to see, like, God's Wrist and Justin and Michael, like, transform their lives. Like, I don't know if Fiona is still here or not, but she is someone I have watched just explode in the most beautiful way. She has morphed, and she's become such a solid, glorious young woman. Like, so proud of her. And there are so many other women doing just the same thing. You know, and we all have stuff on our jacket. We all have had some type of trauma. We've all had some type of wound, but not everybody's showing up to address it, you know? And this tribe is like none other, man. None other. But when the challenge is over, we usually crying. We don't want to disband. We like, oh, we want to do it longer. We just, I mean, it's just an amazing community from people from all around the world. They look all different ways. They have different practices. They're in Lebanon. They're in Uganda. They're in Japan. They're in Bali. They're in South America. They're in Chile. They're in Australia. They're in New Zealand. You name it, they are there. And it is diverse, and everybody's there for one thing: transformation, transformation, transformation. And it's great. So we have options for singles. If you are single, we call that white tantrika. I'm a white tantrika practitioner. Plenty of things for you to learn. Plenty of things. We talk about yoni eggs, menstrual cycles, lovemaking, yoni massage, G-spot massage. I mean, you name it, we talk about it. Sexual health for men, diet, exercise, on and on and on. We also have couples packages for men and women or people in partnership, and we just added a buddy package. So a lot of the times when you're going through a challenge like this, especially if you're single, you're like, oh, I really don't want to go through this with somebody, but, you know, I don't really want to go through alone. The tribe is great, but I want my own buddy that I can, you know, text every day or call every day. We could do our practices together. Maybe you live in the same town, whatever that may look like. So we have a buddy option. So even if you're single, but you don't want to go through the challenge alone, but you want to enlist a friend, we got an option for you to do that too. It's just, I can't speak enough about the program. I've just been so fortunate to see so many beautiful people come through and do amazing stuff in their lives, man.
Shay, so listen, King, you got a couple of your tribe mates that want to come on and
Yeah.
for a hot second. So let me go ahead and bring a couple of your people in. Hold on.
Wow, your hair's
We
strong. It's
got
beautiful,
Naturally
man.
Nubian who wants to come in, and then Michael Abstract.
Yeah, dig it.
So
Let's go.
I think you just mentioned something about Michael. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring in Naturally Nubian first. We're gonna go ladies first. Well, that may not be a lady. Let me take that back. I'm not 100% sure because I did see a comment they made. So that may not be a woman, but I'm gonna go with Naturally
Bring them on in.
person. Yeah, I don't want to get beat up.
I know these days, yes. Better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, let me go with Naturally Nubian first. We'll rock it out, and then
grown ass man, sir.
Grown ass man. See, I told you, peace, King, peace.
Grown
Peace,
ass
God.
man, sir.
Hey, my apologies. That's why I said. Let me take that back because I saw a comment. I saw a comment you made.
I appreciate it. It just took me back to my grade school era. I was the Nubian princess from kindergarten to 6th grade. I was the Nubian princess. I had to handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I had to king it out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Talk to us, man. What's on your mind? How you feeling?
Brother? I just want to say, for Raw, I've been watching your shit for a while. I've been learning about Tantra since I was about 18, 19. I'm a 23-year-old man now, and this is the first year I would say that the lessons are supposed to the lessons are really close this time. Let's just say it like that. They're really close. It's like I can't just, you know what I'm saying, just get out of it or just, you know what I'm saying, play it off or nothing.
Yeah, it's in your face now.
Yes, it's like right there. You know what I'm saying? And along with all the other things I learned, you know what I'm saying, throughout my spiritual practices, and I, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate it all. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I just like to hear you two black men converge with each other on live.
Respect.
That's
just, brother. This is what it's
about.
about.
Throw a little, you know what I'm saying, throw a little razzle dazzle on the situation, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Put some energy on that mug real quick and just say what's popping.
Yeah.
We out here.
Yeah.
We listening, we knowing, we learning, we growing, we doing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, respect. And I think it's important, brother. Well, thank you for your energy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being transparent with us. I appreciate that. You know, it's something that, you know, more black men need to do, more melanated men. We just need to be here and have these conversations, you know, because there are some narratives about us out here. We all know what they are. We don't need to repeat what they are. But we definitely need to start showing up, standing up, and be like, nah, we're not all like that, and that's not what it is.
Correct.
You know? So let me ask you this. What's the challenge that you're facing right now that we may be able to help you with tonight? Anything?
My tantric practices.
What is your are you having any stick points in your tantra practice that I may be able to help you get clear on tonight?
Yeah, I don't cut it out. You know, I'm a young man, I don't cut it out, you know.
What does that mean? What, you don't cut it out? I don't know what that means.
I don't cut off the late pleasure with myself.
Respect. Okay, so are you doing your breath work?
Partially, sometimes when I catch myself, I gotta catch.
Okay, so let me
catch myself not doing it, then I start doing it.
All right, so let me peep you to some game real quick on that. So if there was any, they all are connected, right? But if there was any one thing that I would tell any of my men on here to do is to start to develop a pranayama practice, a breathing practice. Now, here's why this is important, because we were talking about energy, right? So, and any guy here can attest to this, and ladies too. When you are starting getting to the point of an ejaculation or an orgasm, what generally happens? I'm going to ask the brother that came on first, because I see we got two brothers here. Hey, brother, I see you too. We're going to get to you, all right? But the young man I'm talking to, the 23-year-old man right now, melanin man. All right, so what normally happens when you are just about to ejaculate? What happens in your body?
I receive this white light that's very similar to the feeling I feel in my pineal gland.
Okay.
When I'm feeling a very a high thought.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's spiritual stuff. I asked you what's happening in your body in a real practical, real world thing.
Oh, nigga, I'm like drunkling out. Nigga, I'm like on monster mode. Yeah.
All right. So normally what happens is when we are about to have an ejaculation and we're at that point, our whole body stiffens up.
Yeah.
Right? All
Yeah,
right.
like
All right.
in my shoulder.
That's what I'm talking about. I want you to pay attention to your physical sense.
Back up and
All right.
put my
Every legs tight. Okay. So, and the reason, and then if you pay attention to what your body is doing, you will also notice that you stop breathing. And the
for a second,
indication
yeah.
is you pay attention to your body. When your body starts to stiffen up and your legs start to get stiff and your hips start to lock in, like you're about to short circuit. All right, so I'm giving you a tip now. So listen to this tip. When that happens, you're getting too excited. You have to be able to do the opposite. You want to get to the point to when you're about to have an ejaculation that you are so calm and your body is so relaxed that you can stop that ejaculation by controlling your breath. This is why Kegel work is so important.
Grown man shit right there. That's some grown man shit right there.
And you have to know how to breathe. And for my ladies on the call,
man shit right there.
When this is why communication is so important when you're making love, especially in Tantra, because when you're getting to that point where we call it going over the waterfall, when you're about to go over the waterfall, you need to have a conversation. You need to have language in advance with your queen. So when you say, baby, I'm at a 9, she knows it ain't gonna be much longer and she better cool out. And then you guys know that you need to incorporate some other things, caressing. Maybe that means you pull out. And a lot of the times what I have my couples do is sync their breath together.
Facts.
And that you do that together. That does a couple of things instantly to your nervous system, bro. It will instantly start to relax you. You will start to, that ejaculation will start to dissolve and fizzle away. And here's the primary way that you're going to know if you've done it properly, okay? So what you want to do is you want to breathe like I did. Deep breath, inhale through your nose. Expand your belly. The sound is very important. That is an indication to your body to instantly relax. And the sound, your body will pay attention to the vibrational current that your sound is making. That's why we teach mantras in the practice, because we want people to get familiar with their throat chakra and the power of the throat chakra. When you can combine your breath and your heart chakra breathing together, your whole body will instantly relax. No ejaculation will happen. You have just set the stage for another round of intimacy to take place. Okay? So when I ask you about your breathing practice, that's where most men get they short circuit. Because this is energy we're talking about. Anytime you hold your breath or you lock your body up, you are literally stopping the circuit and you will short circuit out everything. And if your goal is deep connection with your lover, you have just disconnected from your partner because you have stopped breathing. Okay? So if there's any one thing that I would tell any man on this call to practice, it's to practice breathing. Because naturally you're going to start getting excited, your heart rate is going to start to go up. And this is the self-mastery practice that I am talking about. To be able to stop yourself, to do the exact opposite. And when I teach conflict resolution, because there's many things as an empowerment coach mentor that I teach my clients about what warning signs their body gives you, which is why I asked you what I asked you. Before we can get up into the heavenly realm, you got to know what's going on this realm first. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times when people, as an example, if they start to get upset, they're getting worked up, maybe they're getting ready to fight somebody, there are cues that their body gives them. Some people, they stop breathing. Some people, the voices go high. Some people literally start crying. When somebody starts crying, when you're in an altercation and it's about to get on, some guys will actually start crying, and that means they're probably about to hurt you really bad. When guys start crying, there are some guys that start crying, and it means it's really about to be on. But all of these are little warning signals. Sometimes people start sweating right underneath right here. You know, like like me and Wiz, we got mustaches. Sometimes people will start to sweat underneath their mustache, and when they get upset, they're always doing this. And what they don't realize is because their body is giving them a warning sign that they're about to flip out, and they start sweating. So sometimes people feel a strange little pulse in their hands. Sometimes people, their stomach gets a little spastic. But our body is always giving us cues, which is why I asked the brother what I asked him. What does your body normally do? You got to pay attention to the body. So the first thing we want to do is practice your breathing. One of the best breathing techniques that I can tell you is 4-7-8 breathing technique. Have you ever heard of it, young brother?
I think his phone going in and out a little bit.
Okay. Did you hear the last thing I asked you, King? Okay. I don't know if he can hear me, but I know we got other people
I
on
can
the
hear
phone.
you. I want to learn about the 4-7-8.
Okay. I'm going to teach you real quick. 4-7-8 is one of the best breathing exercises that you can do to instantly reset your nervous system, because you can either be in one or two states. You can be in a sympathetic state, full of anxiety, fight or flight, any of that stuff, or your natural state, our natural state that we came into the world as children, which is parasympathetic. If you've ever watched a baby sleep, they sleep so calmly, so soundly. And as an adult, you look at a child like, damn, they're sleeping good. I want to sleep that good. It's because of the way they're breathing. It's the way they know how to control their nervous system. We all came into the world knowing how to do this. But by age 12 or so, we forget, because all the stimulation and stress from the world comes at us all the time that we forget how to breathe. So very simple. The 4-7-8 breath is you want to take a deep inhale through your nose for 4 seconds on a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. And you just want to hold the breath. That means you don't breathe out, you don't breathe in. You hold it for 7 seconds. So you breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold it for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You open your mouth and exhale for 8 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one round. Now, if you notice, you inhale for 4 seconds. Your exhale is double that amount. You are learning some self-mastery control with your breath right there. And what will happen is, for the person who's doing it for the first time, you're like, I'm going to run out of breath. I'm going to run out of breath. That's the training. You want to get yourself to the point where it takes you a full 8 seconds to exhale. So I'm going to show you again, right? Inhale through your nose deeply. Expand the belly for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like this. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. That was 1 round. You only do 3 rounds of those. It is that powerful. You don't do 15. You don't do 3 sets of 20. You only do 3 rounds. 4 seconds in deeply. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly for 8. 3 rounds of that. I don't care what is going on in your life. You go through 3 rounds of that, you will be in bliss.
Gratitude.
So when you're about to have that ejaculation, you and the queen start going into your 4-7-8 breath. Everybody relaxes for a few minutes. Hug and caress, kiss and fondle, breathe, laugh, have fun, giggle, play. That's all part of lovemaking. And when you're ready, and by the way, guys, that for anyone that's following that, after you do 3 rounds of that, your erection should go down some. And that's how you know you've done it properly. And that's the beauty. It won't go down all the way. So let's say you were at 100% erection hard on, you're probably going to go down to 30%, which is what you want. Because now you get to have all that foreplay again. You get to satisfy your partner. You get to play. You get to laugh. You need to go back up, build the meter up. When you get to 9, fondle, kiss, caress, laugh, massage, tickle, do other things, calm down, breathe, look at each other in the eyes, start again, and that's the recipe all night long. That's the recipe all night long. If you do that, you will make love to your partner all night long. If you get in your breath, you get in your head, you let your ego take in place. You're not practicing your Kegel. You're going to have a short night.
Peace, peace.
Oh, it'd be like, oh, damn.
Exactly. And you'll know it. We all been there. You know when it's too late, you can't call it back.
Facts.
So you gotta, but all that's training. And the more you train, the better you get. What's up, brother Mike?
Brother, how y'all doing, man?
Peace.
Thankful. I just wanted to come on, man, because I know it may be some men on here, man. Jason, know, kind of similar to you, brother. I've been following Jason for about a year. And just a quick backstory, man. Grew up in the church, was celibate for 4 years. And one thing I tell a lot of people, man, is I always say I knew how to abstain, but I didn't have tools to what to do when I was doing it, right? So I grew up with this kind of purity culture because I was living crazy and porn addiction, different things, man. And when I did the challenge, one with the brothers, man, that held me accountable. When I tell you the power of what happened, man, I just want to speak to that because a lot of times you think about dieting and fasting, you go right back to something. Not so much fasting, but dieting and certain things. Like with this practice, it gave me tools. So when I learned the breathing techniques and the mantras and you know, now I'm doing like yin yoga and I'm doing, you know, I go deep into the practice, man. I was about to spend thousands of dollars to like take these courses on porn addiction, and literally Tantra was like, instead of trying to tell your body not to do something, let me feel that void. And so that's just what I want to speak to is like, I want to give your flowers, Jason, because you remember, man, like we did the first challenge was 21 days. I ended up doing 50 days, right? And going back to what he said about the ego, I was counting the days. And then we did the second challenge and I failed, right? Because I came into it overly confident. I was like, yeah, I got this. Let's do it again. And so I just want to tell the brothers, man, this is a real tool. And what happened during that time, man, I'll tell you this. It was a young lady who I don't talk to now. During the challenge, we were literally, this is crazy. We're on the call. All the men are just on the call. A woman comes, I work at an art gallery, to the gallery window and bangs on the window. And the brothers are like, what's going on? This lady was looking for me. And Jason was like, Mike, stay in the session. Don't leave. When you leave, don't call her. Stay disciplined. Found out that woman didn't respect the practice. And if I wouldn't have had that discipline within Tantra in that challenge, it wouldn't have supported me. So I do want to warn people is when you're doing this challenge, a lot of things around you will be revealed, and sometimes it's not the most pleasant. Like, literally, I called Jason almost in tears because the woman I was dating, I told her what I was doing, and because we tried to go into lovemaking, she was like, hey, if you can't come, I don't feel like I pleased you. If you can't do this, it feels selfish. And I'm sitting there like, I'm willing to do whatever, right? I'll take you to that place. I just can't do this because this means a lot to me. And she was like, man, well, what if I make you break your promise? And I knew at that moment that triggered something where she was like, I want to take you off that path. And so I just want to tell anybody that's doing this challenge, you know, make sure that you have your spirit in the right space, and kind of how the Bible talks about fasting. You may not want to tell everyone you're doing it because you have people that come simply to test you. A woman may be like, oh, you're going to be on this challenge? I'm going to send you these risky pictures. I'm going to send you this video. Or you can't watch porn, but I'm going to send you some stuff to really see if you about that. And so it really makes you have to kill the ego, man. And that's all I want to say. I'm running to this challenge, y'all, because when you get to talk to the brothers, we have these real talks, man. You need a community. And sometimes people don't get it. Because, you know, if you're a young, professional black man, it's like, as long as you're not out here hurting women, it's not wrong with you sleeping with a lot of people. We're taught to protect and not to preserve. So when Tantra is teaching you to preserve your energy, a lot of times that's not something that we're told to kind of hold up. And so I just want to just say that to brothers that's doing it, man, is like, you know, this is a powerful thing, brother. You know, like he said, this ain't going to make you a sex guru or have magical sexual powers, but it goes into everything, into the office, how I deal with people, the patience you have with people. And so, man, I thank y'all for letting me on, but y'all son, I just really appreciate you, brother, because, hey, when you do this challenge, dog, last thing I'm going to tell y'all is y'all son told me when I did the challenge to get these herbs. Brother, your body, after day 7, your body down there, that area, will start aching. If you do not Jocelyn was like, hey, Mike, you got to learn what a sus bath is. If you don't know about the sus bath, if you don't know about the herbs, when your body, what he talks about is it takes about 7 days for your body to kind of sober up. So basically for you to kind of regain it, and you're in a sobering state. So that first week is easy sometimes, but once you really hit it, your body's like, hey, Mike, we're supposed to be doing something. Why you ain't doing that? And so by day 14, you literally have aches, blue balls. I was at work and I was like, Jocelyn, I'm trying to ice these. Never put out, he's like, Mike, get these herbs. I told you to buy them. So I just want to let y'all know, man, if you're going to navigate this, really listen. Yeah. Because there's not just a spiritual transformation, but there's a physical. You physically, when you go into rooms and spaces, and that's where you have to check the ego. People look at you after they feel it. They're like, it's a different energy about you. If you're somebody that walks into spaces and sometimes people are like, ooh, your energy's so sexual, it's over-sexualized. Tantra will allow you to channel that so they'll still feel the energy of your presence, but it doesn't feel in that kind of like overwhelming way. It feels more calm and more rooted and spread out through your body, and that's where that breathing is going to allow you to take it to different areas. So I just wanted to come on here, man, to speak to that. Man, thank you, brother, for the conversation, man. Yeah. You must be special because Jocelyn, everybody be asking him to talk. Jocelyn be like, I'm not gonna say no, but not right now. So you are anointed, brother. Because listen, every time people be sending him proposals to do talks, and we didn't try to get him on Clubhouse, and Jocelyn be like, no, man, not right now. So when I saw you did, I said, hey, I gotta follow this brother because if he got Jocelyn on live.
Hey, but look, the funny thing is, hey, everything happens on purpose and divine timing. We've been actually talking about this for over a year.
That's funny. Yeah.
I believe it because he'll say he'll be like, yeah, people come to me, but I'm not quite ready yet. So he won't say no. So I'm like, brother, I know you've been waiting patiently for this. I want to give you your flowers. Please have this on replay. Please save this.
How you gonna talk about me, Mike, in front of everybody like that?
Hey, divine timing, brother. But you know what? I knew it was going to be a banger, and this was what it was supposed to be, and everything happens on purpose, so it's all good. This was the right time for me and him to align together and share this information with the family, and I appreciate you just for coming on, sharing your amazing energy, and that story that you shared right there, I can guarantee you a lot of people can resonate with that, and it's going to make some people want to jump on that challenge, so I appreciate you for that, young king.
Yeah, man, Mike. Brother Mike, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And there's some things that you said that actually I want to stack on top of. I can't stress it enough. I would encourage every person here just to move through life with a humble spirit. And I'm not saying that you have to dwindle your own light or play small. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying maturity dictates that you approach things in a humble way. Like, I'm from Jersey, and I used to spend a lot of time in New York growing up. Used to party in New York, used to be in Brooklyn. And there's an old line from Rakim, and it's like, it's not where you're from, it's where you at. Right? You don't ever go into another hood talking shit when you ain't from that hood. You respect wherever you are at.
Right.
We respect nature. We respect everyone, whether we know their plight in life or not. You approach everything in the most humble way. You'll always have the best outcomes. So what Mike is talking about is like, leave the ego at the door, because this is not an ego-based program. That's not what we're here. In fact, we're here to tear your ego up, because it's probably running the show anyway. It needs to take a back seat in your life. It's driving you off a cliff as it is. So we come to everything gentle. Like how like you would feed a deer like a piece of lettuce, like you would come so slow and gentle to the deer. That's how I want you to come to this practice. This is not an ego program. And I've watched Mike work through that. And part of that humility is there are times when we do things in our cave, especially as men. We do our stuff in our cave. We're not sitting down on the mountaintop, beating our chest while we're going through the process. Sometimes you got to go through your process and then come on the other side and then speak about it. Okay? Even in the description, the Bible says the right hand don't let the left hand know what it's doing. And it's in the same body. It's on your same body. It's like the right hand is moving, but don't tell the left. What does that mean? Well, we're not beating our chest out here that we are going in the deep cave and we're learning how to control our sexual energy and heal ourselves from the inside out. We don't always got to tell that to people. Not everybody's going to be on this program. we are doing this for ourselves. What you want in a perfect world is never to have to say anything, and you're walking somewhere and someone says, your aura, like, what's going on with you? Like, when you came in the room, you just took full attention, but you weren't looking for any attention, because that's what will happen. I ran into someone last week on the island, and it's pretty cool. The temperature's pretty cool, right now. And I had like just a regular tank top on and some shorts. And when I hugged her, it was like 71 degrees. And when I hugged her, the first thing she said is, your whole body is so warm. And people have told me that for years. Like, this practice is, in some ways, it's so hard to really put proper words to it. But you will transform the BTUs that I can. And I'm Flacco. Like, I'm thin. I'm a thin dude. But when you feel me, like, the energy and the heat that comes off of me, it's because of this practice. When I come into the room, people will notice. And it's not because I'm coming in and like, you know, usually I'm the guy that's looking for the corner. You know, I'm not looking for the light. But people will feel your energy before you even come in that space. So when you're doing this practice, approach it humbly. You know, you don't have to tell people what you're doing. No one needs to understand why you're here doing this deep work. It's not anyone's business. One of the things we give you is a journal. Journal. You journal. You want to talk to somebody? Talk to your journal. All right? And then do your work. And then people will notice. And then allow them to ask, there's something different about you. Would you be willing to tell me what's the glow? Well, actually, I've been doing this. That's it. And then if they say to you, what is that? Tell me more. Well, great. So I tell my men especially, don't lead with the fact that you practice Tantra. Don't lead when you're in communication with women that you're doing semen retention and that, you know, you can control the ejaculation all night. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you don't share the special magic with anyone. I need my men to qualify the women just as much as the women need to qualify the brothers out here. Like, qualify. You got to be grown to ride this ride. You can't. This is not for everybody. This is not a circus act. Okay. You are cultivating. My hope is most of my guys are cultivating this energy, because with this energy comes responsibility. Now, you can't be out here coming to a Jason Tantra practice and learning some things and going out here slinging your dick everywhere and then playing with these women's emotions because you got karma coming to you, because that's not what we taught you. That's not what that's not what a responsible man does. A responsible man moves towards a woman that he's genuinely interested in, that he actually wants to share his sacred life force energy and take her life force energy on him, because it's an energy transference. And I'm sure y'all have talked about that before, but we're not just out here trying to bed people. This is really something special. We're not better than anyone else, but you don't do all these deep practices with just anyone that you met on the first date. You don't do that. Make sure that they even have the capacity and the bandwidth to handle, not just intellectually what you're doing, handle it emotionally. Because the last thing you ladies want to do is to give your sacred energy to a guy and he shits on it. You know, the scripture in the Bible that talks about that, like, don't give your pearls to the swine. You know why? Because the swine will eat up those pearls and spit it out and stomp all over it and still be hungry, insatiable, wanting something else. So you got to qualify who you really want to move into these depths and these realms with. It's just not for everyone, and that's okay. That's, you know, we're moving into a different place than where most people are going, and there's no judgments either way. I'm not the hallway monitoring people's lives. What I'm telling you is qualify your people. Make sure that whoever is around you, you're sharing this intimate time with, is somebody that can reciprocate, someone that can handle it, and someone that can appreciate it, and will treat it special regardless of whatever happens, whether y'all stay connected or not. But someone that can hold it, and you want to be with somebody that you'll be proud to be like, yeah, we were together, we were intimate lovers, we shared sacred time together. And I'm so proud that the sister was in my life, and she's amplified my life in ways that are so special to me. And I'm sure I did the same with her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having all these situations and people are like, oh, that was a lesson. Ah, God, that was a lesson. Well, we don't have to keep having lessons when we can actually move into to love, which is our birthright. You know, we don't always have to have it equate it to a lesson, which basically means we got our ass dragged, and that's how we trying to play it off. Like, oh, it was a lesson. But at some point, we deserve real love. We really do deserve that. But if we're not out here operating like we are already loved and we are already all the love that we need within ourselves, then it's going to be really hard to track that in a healthy way from anybody else.
John, I'm going to get out the way. I'm going to end it with this too, brothers. When we do this challenge, the brothers, we do not talk to the women during the challenge. And that's something that John really, because I want to let brothers know that might be on this kind of like, this is going to be where I find my queen. Don't get me wrong. Maybe after the challenge, through it, whatever happens afterwards. But that's something that was really powerful, is that you get the beautiful opportunity to be vulnerable and open with men and women that are on the same journey. And when you try to secularize it or try to bring your own agenda into it, it actually takes away from the sacred moment. And so I'm gonna just, for any woman that may say, well, I'm a little nervous if I get into this challenge, with guys behind. Jason lays down a ground rule with all of the men. We cannot go into the DMs. We're not DMing you like, yeah, sister, you in the challenge. Let me feel your energy. We're not on none of that. To be honest, the men, we struggling so much. We try to talk to each other to get through the 21 days. And now Jason added 9 more days. So we're going to really be trying to get through it. You know what I'm saying? By week 14, you don't want to talk to nobody but the brothers. Like, bro, you okay? Check in with me. You know what I mean? But I do want to say that because sometimes, John would tell you it's a lot of challenges online, man, and it kind of can be like a mingle situation. But with this, man, seriously, even the sisters after the challenge, I'm still always like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, because I really wanted it to be a safe space. And I personally don't want to engage in that space and have to come back and think about like, oh, we feel some type of way. So know that, ladies, queens, that when you're in this space,
you're safe.
You're safe. And this sister below me, she's so powerful. She got you. That's who I sent. If you want, you know what I'm saying? You want to like DM, talk to somebody, this sister right here gonna get you together. Exactly. And so that's the beautiful part. So, man, thank you for doing this. This is the book. If y'all want to look what it looks like on Amazon, get this as soon as you can. It's a powerful book. And Queen, go ahead and take it over because she gonna drop some jewels on y'all. I'm gonna get out the way. Thank you, Dion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you for that energy. Great information. Thank you for the energy, King.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hey, Queen, how are you?
Peace, guys. How is everyone doing tonight?
My favorite.
Fantastic.
I'm trying not to gush on you, but I can't help it. Girl, you know.
Got it. Look, you gonna close this. So you'll be the last guest for tonight, and then
okay.
I'll let the guy close us out with his closing thoughts when we get done with you. So do what you got to do. I appreciate you for coming on, and I appreciate the balance. I appreciate you coming on and having that divine feminine, so we can have some balance. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I popped on here earlier on, and then I had a call, and when I saw that you guys were still on, I was like, oh, let me see if I can jump on. So I guess I just want to share a little bit about my journey into the Tantra Challenge. For those of you who know me as someone who's holding space for the other women now, I just want to say and just share this. When Jason said that he has seen me grow exponentially, he knows. And full transparency, when I found the challenge, I was in a very unhealthy relationship. And if it was through Jason's embodiment that I had the strength and the courage to step into my own. And I truly feel that as women, like, we give thanks for men like Jason that allow us to see a new light in men, because masculinity is so misconstrued, femininity is so misconstrued in our society.
Period.
And I feel like this program helps us to bring us back into that balance within ourselves. So I'm deeply grateful, Ja. He says I'm his little cousin. He's like big brother, cousin, all in one. But to know that I speak from my own experience when I say that you can transform, you can change, you can get out of situations that you probably felt you couldn't have, and you can heal. And then you can also be the person to hold space for other people who are trying to go down their own path. And yeah, you made me see that in myself, John.
Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
So to all the queens there, I'm more than excited for this challenge. The energy already feels very different stepping into 2022.
Mm-hmm.
The shift in how he's, designed the program this time around, all of us are going to experience it together. And what can I say? Every single time I hold space for the women in our group sessions, I drop deeper into my heart for all the women collectively, and even for the men, because we do have a lot of conversation around, how the men show up in our lives as well. We talk about things about our womb and our traumas and how we treat that sacred space, our sacred portals, our hearts. So we have a lot of conversation around that. So if you're willing and if your heart's calling you to jump into this challenge, I would absolutely highly recommend it. And if you're ready for a deep transformation, this is the challenge for you. So thank you.
Ashe.
That's all.
I'm trying my best to behave on this call.
Hey.
Say what you gotta say, John.
That's fire.
I love you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have it, King. I know you want to respond. I'm gonna let you have it, God.
I could talk about this one all day. She knows. Thank you, Vianney. Like, there's nothing I need to add. There's nothing I need to add to that. Because I know you, so I know it came from the purest parts of your whole being.
Yeah.
It's been my honor to create this program. Like what Michael said, and I really want to stress this. This is not Match.com. Do not come over here with that energy. I will kick you right out of the program with the quickness. We're not playing that over here. If you're a masculine and you join this challenge, you have a responsibility, like me and all the other men, to make sure every other woman in this program is safe. If you cannot do that, this is not your community. And I don't have any problems letting you know that. Ladies, conversely, okay? We're coming here to heal up, okay? We're not coming out here to look for a date. So please don't bring that energy, because it taints the cipher, and that's not going to be allowed. Everybody here, come do your work. This program is not for tire kickers. This isn't for somebody who just wants to dabble. We're raising the bar in this program. We want exclusive people in this program who are serious about the work. Be serious about the work, because I want you to pull up to the table and eat. I want you to have the best experience. I want you to extract everything that you can. And you can't do that splintered off. You can't do that half in, half out. You can't do that inconsistent. If you set a schedule for yourself, stick to your schedule. Make your plan. Everybody's making their plan. Stick to what works for your lifestyle. And some people working 2 jobs, or they raising kids, or they working the night shift. Tailor make it for you, but stick to it, because you can grow leaps and bounds in 30 days. Or you can be the same in 30 days. This is a new year. Grab hold of who you are. Listen, the last 2 years, we've all been on this crazy ride. We don't even need to get into the ride. We know what we're talking about. We have been dragged from this pillar to that pillar, to this post to that post. Yep. It is time to hunker in and decide that we are creating our path forward. that we are not going to be led by all this craziness outside of us. But if we are not calm from the inside, that we will never have peace on this outside here. We need creative, ingenious thought leaders moving forward right now. If you have a calling on your life, and we all do, but if you are ready to move into that calling and you have been afraid to move into your calling to serve humanity at any level, this challenge will help you. It will help fortify you. It will help give you the courage that you need. You will have all types of support. I am doing the challenge with you. This is not one of those challenges where you don't have access to the leader. I am in the front. I am there every single day. Everybody knows how to find me, and they will call me. They have my number. We can set a time and we can talk. I don't care what's going on. But if you're in this challenge, you are family. And we're not leaving anyone behind. We start together and we end together. I don't care how many slip-ups. I don't care how many trip-ups. We are not allowing you to quit. So don't come in here with quit energy. We are going all the way because you deserve this. So come and get it because you are not alone here. This is a place where you don't have to explain why you feel the way you do, your idiosyncrasies, the way that you feel about you don't have to explain anything. You're around people who already understand. So come get loved on, come learn, come execute, because information is great, transformation is better. And I'm after transformation. And if you're after transformation, we have room for you. We love you. We'd love to have you be a part of our family. We'll take very good care of you. And if you're a feminine, you can have a good time with Viana because she's awesome.
Yes.
I say. And if you're interested in learning more, Far Eye Studios Art, you can click the link in my bio. It will take you to an enrollment page. I want you to do your research. Go through all of it. Don't just get excited and buy in. Be thorough. Know what you're signing up for, because I plan to stretch you. I plan to hold. I'm gonna be right there holding you accountable. I'm gonna be rooting for you. We will be rooting for you, but I want you to know what you're getting into, because it's time for transformation. It's time for us to move into more of our personal power, and this is a program that will allow you to do it, and we're with you every step of the way. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you for giving me this much of your time and your energy. You could be at a million other places in the world, but you chose to be here with us. And I just really thank you. Wiz, thank you, brother, for inviting me. Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely.
This has been great. I'd love to come back and talk with you about anything, anytime.
For sure. We'll definitely do something again. I appreciate you, King. Gazris, I appreciate you connecting me to Jason about a little over a year ago. Goddess, we got to connect too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Soul
absolutely.
tribe. It's a soul.
We're all family.
Yeah, it's strength in numbers, and we got to do this together. So I appreciate all of you guys, everybody that came on and shared their amazing energy here with us tonight, everybody that asked questions, everybody that's commenting, everybody that just stuck around. And, you know, we still got over 70-some people on here, so that's amazing to be on this line. It's live for over almost 2.5 hours, and we still got all these beautiful souls in here trying to learn, elevate, and connect. So I appreciate all you guys. So
on a Tuesday night.
Can I suggest something before we leave?
Absolutely. Yes. What's up?
Wow, let's it's nighttime for most of us, so I think we should wind down with some breath work.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
What we gonna do, Bianca? What you gonna lead us in? Look at me.
Why I gotta lead?
Yeah, it's time. It's time for you to lead.
Because I suggested it.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna leave you alone. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. What we gonna do? Think about what we're gonna do real quick.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Don't take too long. I'll be right back.
So I think that's a great way to wind us down, especially now because we had a lot of energy in the beginning.
Yeah, it's very high energy.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh my gosh, but really, I would honestly feel that it would be right to, I'm closing my eyes because I'm feeling into it. Yeah, to close off, feeling into your heart. You know, what does your heart feel like it needs at the moment? If this feels in alignment with you, I would invite you to close your eyes just for a little bit. And if you need to, if you don't know how to connect to your heart, just take one hand and do some gentle taps in the center of the heart, in the center of the chest. And really feel where that energy is in your body. Take a deep breath and expand your chest. Exhale slowly. And just for a moment, bring that awareness to your heart center. There is so much wisdom in your heart for your expansion. And we're going to do that 4-7-8 breath that Jason was talking about earlier. We're going to focus on how that feels at the heart. And if you have tears flowing down, that's okay. I do feel like some people are already feeling it already. So we're going to start with a 4 count for the inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, connecting to the heart. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath at the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And gently return to your natural breath. Keep those eyes closed. Notice how your body's feeling. And collectively, since we're all here together, take a moment to just sit with some things in your life that you're grateful for. The world can do with a lot more gratitude to lift our energies, to lift our vibration. And just in this moment, you're already doing that work. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
That was beautiful.
I was about to play flute, but we don't even need to. That was so good.
Hey, Jason, it's the animal noises in the background for me.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear them?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, man. I sleep good every night, brother. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Biani, that was beautiful. I was going to play, but no need. No, that was it.
That was dope.
That was perfect.
We can get on out of here now. I appreciate you for that, guy. I needed that.
Yes.
That's always medicine. So have a great night, everyone. And thank you again.
Thank you
for all of this. Yeah.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace, King. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Dream sweet.
Good night.
Stay here for a quick sec. You guys can exit out. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again. Jason, I'll definitely be in touch.
Respect.
Goddess, let's connect.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peace and healing.
Peace.
All right, family. There you have it. Jason the God. What a powerful, amazing show. Like I always end before I close up my show, I always say this one thing: the universe agrees with a made-up mind. The universe agrees with a made-up mind. Remember that. So I will see you guys on the next show. I'm so excited for those that want to get more information about the Tantra Challenge. Make sure you connect with Jason. Make sure you connect with the Empress if you are a goddess that wants to learn more. I appreciate you guys. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, positive vibrations. It's your boy Leon Wiz White, the Lion King. Make sure you go check me out. Over 270 episodes on my Planet Wiz channel on YouTube. So 2 words, Planet Wiz. Go like, share, and subscribe. Over 270 episodes just like this. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Here to help you heal. Here to help you grow. We're here to make money together, spend money together, grow together, and build this community. I appreciate you guys. The universe agrees with a made-up mind. Peace and love.
I love the way it's going down. She got the thongs on. She started bouncing more once she heard the thong song. Them high heels got them calves looking right too.